Live. All right, guys. How's it going? Good night to you. Well, the only person you can possibly see on the screen is me. My name is Noah. To the picture to the right of me is Alex, and below me is DJ. If we just take off this banner, you can double check that we have our names intact. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's
Good to
going
see
on,
you.
everybody?
Going good, going good.
Nice, nice, nice. If you guys tuned into Jew's bird word of the week. He's going to be starting that up. So me and him are going to be having some conversations, seeing if we're not if we're not going to be stealing each other's topics. I don't think that's going to be the case this time around, though. Hey, early shout out to Will, one of our AFN members. Glad to see you. He says I'll be on the chat tonight. Can't get off to sleep, but I may just doze off and listen to y'all. Nice to know that my conversations put you to sleep. Vlad is in the chat. How's it going? We got Trey is here with the yo. Let's get into our first topic of tonight. And this is brought up by myself. And I want to ask about the younger players that we have on our team. So what does that mean? It's that, well, we have this draft class coming up. We have the draft class we just had, the Kyle Pitts draft class, and we have our 2020 draft class, so basically the AJ Terrell draft class, and then we have our 2019 draft class to still kind of worry about too, because we still have 4 out of the 6 players that we drafted from that class that are still technically on the team. So that's like the Foyer or the Ridley draft, the Foyer draft class, let's say. I want to know and get your guys' opinions on which one of these guys can start moving forward. Like if they're going to start next season, or are they still going to be a backup piece? So that's going to be our main focus for tonight, and see what are some thoughts that we have regarding some players. So I'm going to give a name, and I want you guys to give me an opinion on whether or not they're going to start. All right?
Let's go.
Okay.
First name, Adetokunbo Ogundeji. Does he start next season?
He's definitely starting next season. He's the cornerstone of that defense for the young guys. I see him at least getting at least 5 sacks next season. I'm hoping maybe 8, but this guy, I swear, he has a motor on him. But if you give him some help, like a nose tackle, he's definitely going to get up there.
Alex?
I like Ogundeji. I'm not really comfortable with him starting, at least being our cornerstone at edge, but I do see him playing valuable roles. Ideally, I'd like to see him in the inside, just benefiting off of one-on-ones from Grady or maybe whoever we draft in this current draft class. So that's where I really like to see him just used all across the line.
All right. I myself personally, I think that he's going to be a good depth piece. I don't know about a starter right now, but he can also, give us a surprise. I know that having more time under DMP's defense is going to only do better things for you as a player
That's the
moving
thing,
forward.
though. It's not even DP's praising highly about Ogundeji. It's also the outside linebacker coach that's speaking highly of him. And the outside linebacker coach is the one that coached Khalil Mack back in Chicago Bears. So look, if we untap that potential of Ogundeji, I'm saying we don't really need to find another pass rusher in the first round of the draft. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely go for the Kyle Hamilton or Jordan Davis or maybe another pass rusher on the other side. But I say Ogundeji definitely does have a future with us.
All right. Trey in the chat, he says Ade would be a great depth piece, but if he starts, 7 sacks, I think. It's
Wow. Let's go.
Quite the number there, considering that our main guy had 4.5 this season. So I do think that the pressure is going to go up when the defensive line as a whole gets better this season. But hey, let's talk about another guy on the defensive line that's young.
Who?
Marlon Davidson.
Oh.
Is he a starter across from Grady? Because he's technically listed as a backup.
What you guys think?
See, I don't know. I don't know if I'm seeing a lot of hand usage with Marlon Davidson. I think that's really the issue. And this year was his first real year in the NFL. So I'm trying to be lenient, but his contract is also running a little bit quickly. So, at some time production's got to happen. So I'm hoping that he can at least take some type of step forward. If not, then, we might have to, just look somewhere else.
I say with Marlon Davidson, this is actually his technically his rookie season because he never even played a snap last season. Coming from last season, he was probably reading the whole entire playbook that Dan Quinn was handing him and trying to study that. But then all of a sudden you have another switch with Dean Pease coming in. He's definitely bringing a whole new scheme to the game. So I see Marlon Davidson definitely struggling a lot just because he's learning a pretty new scheme and coming off an injury. But you know what I'm saying? That pick 6 from Tom Brady from the Bucs game. Yeah, I could see definitely a potential in him if we use him, if we utilize him in the scheme, or he understands the scheme more. But hopefully he can definitely run alongside next to Grady Jarrett.
Yeah, I think that he could also be another good depth piece, just like Ogundeji. I don't know if I trust him to start right away because of the injury concerns that bothers me a little bit. Yeah. I don't know if
he was injured again this year too.
Yeah, it's it's a bit of a concern.
Unless he had COVID, but
he might have.
But I see him and Davidson. Davidson is a wild card. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling is so high for him. He could definitely reach it, but you know what I'm saying? We seen the flashes this season, and I don't see it progressing at all. Like progressing down, I see it going up. So I hope to see him, stronger, faster next season with this offseason coming up. So you know what he has to do.
Right.
Yeah. AJ Evans, he brought up another one that I was just about to say. Not Isaiah Oliver, because I feel like we kind of have a consistency among that, but Darren Hall. Could he start?
If he stops giving up plays. Because he definitely still gives up plays. I mean, Oliver was the guy. He was picking off. He got 2 picks before he got injured.
So, no, he had a forced fumble. That's what it was.
Let me see.
I don't
it
think
might have been 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, 2. No. He had 1, I think.
Yeah, he had a forced fumble. Yeah, he had a forced fumble.
That was all against the Giants.
But he made, I think, a few pass deflections.
And he was definitely important to Dean Pease in that nickel to be that nickel right there. Darren Hall had his struggles because he is a rookie, but I see retaining Isaiah Oliver though very cheaply because of his injury. But hopefully he can come back from that.
Yeah, I would like it for Darren Hall to not start and be a good depth piece for us. Again, we're just all thinking depth pieces right now.
Yeah,
but that's kind of a problem. It's like I think that we have a good backup group.
Yeah, we do.
But now it's time for the real people to come in.
Because the guys that we signed off of the CFL, the reserve contracts, man, I'm telling you, we're definitely adding pieces to that to find that nickel. Or the other side of AJ Terrell as well, because we have a lockdown corner. We just need to find the pieces for him.
All right.
I get that tag team partner. TJ Smith, he asked, did we sign an offensive lineman yet? Yes, we did. Technically, we signed a Coward. Rashad Coward, that is, from the Bears, I want to say, was his last team, right? I heard that he can play multiple positions, too, when it comes to, tackle and guard. So, hey, really preaching the versatility. That's what Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith wants to do. Glad they're working together when it comes to that. My only problem is, why were you a backup on the Bears?
Look. Rashad Coward, he is 6'5", and he came from the College of Old Dominion. And then he was on the practice squad for the Steelers, actually. And then he was actually with the Jags.
That's still a little interesting. I don't know.
I say it's just for depth, guys. We're not looking
Right.
for a savior right now with these reserve contracts.
We're gonna get some starters. Like, gee.
Hey, look, like I said, we can't even touch the free agents yet. Wow, I mean, we're putting very high bars. I mean, high hopes for these guys that are coming in that are on reserve contracts.
Right. Oh, and speaking about O-line, there's in the last game, the guy who subbed in for Jalen Mayfield at left guard, I think his name was something Gassett.
Colby Gassett.
Colby Gassett. In that game, from what I watched, from the reps that I've watched, he didn't allow a single pressure. No, he allowed one pressure, and that was off of a stunt that Hennessy didn't handle right. So he didn't really allow.
Who was that?
That was against the Saints. I think they had here's how I judged how he did. Like, he wasn't facing guys that were just I'm gonna push the pocket and not do anything. No, like they did a little push and pull move, so it tested his ability to anchor. He did. I think he got swiped and handled that really nicely too. So he's showing these skills, which is things I look for when it comes to offensive linemen. Like, how do you handle pass rush moves? How do you handle speed and physical limitations? And Colby Gassett showed like that. That was like, oh wow, okay, we can have you like at least sub in for left guard maybe until Matt Gano if he comes back, or have you there until Jalen Mayfield develops a little bit. We can invest some resources inside of him. So that's something to keep an eye out on.
I say Matt Gano's not the answer, man. We need to start setting our hopes on Matt Gano being that guy. I don't see Matt Gano being that guy. He's gonna have the same struggle as Mayfield is having at that guard position.
I just haven't seen the sample size with him.
I haven't seen Gano do anything either.
I think he'll actually be better at guard for some reason. No, actually. No, never mind. That's not true. That's not true. Because when I think about it more, in that Chargers game, which is really, I think that's the game that Jew really points out when it comes to Gano. He wasn't really tested in terms of pass rush moves. Like, he may have got bull rushed and tested his anchor a little bit, but that's really it. Like, really wasn't any swipe moves that you would expect from Joey Bosa. Yeah. I don't see it. It was more like just sets, and Matt Ryan would get the ball out quick before Joey Bosa would have time to really make a move, because he would get chipped a lot too. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Tony Wright's thinking that Matt Gano may be a better tackle than guard too.
Well, we won't know because he's always injured.
That is true.
Yeah, we better find a replacement for.
He was an undrafted.
He was, yeah.
So I mean, like, we're having hopes on an undrafted guard or tackle that's always injured. Come on, guys. Let's move on from Gano. Let's look into the future here. Who we have on the roster.
Yeah, and I also I saw this one tweet from, well, it was more like an interview from Dan Brugler. He works at The Athletic. He does a massive big board. I'm talking like last year, he settled at around scouting 450 different players on his own.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this dude puts in such a tremendous work. And he was asked about Jalen Mayfield. And he says that, I think that Jalen Mayfield is going to see a spike in his improvement, and he's going to be a much better year 2 starter than he would be in year 1.
But I agree.
I get that that's a simple thing to say, right? Because you really can't be like, well, but he's thinking like, dude, he could be like in the upper echelon of guards if he decides to stay there.
He could be better than Keelan McGarry at the tackle position. I hope he's in the tackle position. Like, he now has a taste of what it was in the NFL, and he had the best. Like, he had Vita, he had Cox in his face. You know what I'm saying? He had Chase Young. He had you know what I'm saying? Mayfield tasted all. He had a taste of every single.
Yeah, it was mostly Javon Hargrave against the Eagles.
Javon Hargraves. Who else? He played against Arden Key. He played against. I'm trying to think.
Jordan, all
Nah,
of them.
No, not Cam Jordan, but
he
David
played against
Onyemata.
Sheldon Rankins. He
Mhm.
played against, I think, Quentin Williams a little bit, but not really a whole ton.
Against the Jets,
Derek
yeah.
Brown. He played against.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played against Derek
49ers and the Bills too. Oh yeah, the Bills defensive linemen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Mayfield, if he gets into the right off season, he runs from the right people. I mean, like he's going to prove a lot of us wrong. I don't know why, because everybody in the Falcon fan base like to doubt him. It's crazy. It's crazy. We should support him, guys. Come on now. He's a Falcon.
Right.
Yeah.
His
We got to.
Oh, my bad.
I was just going to bring up this question by TJ Smith. He says, if Mike Davis is not the starting running back, should he stay on the team?
No. Get off the team.
That answers that. All right. Moving on.
You're taking up too much money on my team. Get out of here. What are you going to do?
His best
first game? Get out of here.
Yeah, his best attribute is pass protection, and that's pretty replaceable if you really look hard enough.
Thunder thighs were nothing.
Wallace Smith says, I have a question. What do y'all think about drafting the center Linderbaum from Iowa with 8?
I would love him at 8. Give me Linderbaum at 8, please, because he would definitely fix Matt Ryan's issue of staying up for more than 5 seconds. Man, give Matt Ryan 10 seconds in the pocket. He's gonna find somebody open, and he's gonna get a touchdown. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude only has 0.3 seconds to throw the ball, and he still gets off at 0.1 second. That's impossible. How you do that? I'm just saying,
that faster than we blink.
Yeah, right. So I would take Linderbaum. I would definitely like to have Linderbaum, but if a guy like Kyle Hamilton is at the position and he's there, I would definitely take Kyle Hamilton over Linderbaum though.
Yeah. Speaking of the safety position, back to this plan. Jalen Hawkins, is he starting?
I don't see him. I think he's just there for depth.
I
don't know. Like he missed too many tackles, man. He missed too many tackles.
What you got, Alex?
I don't know. Like Jalen Hawkins, like I think he's a rotational piece.
Yeah.
I think that he's you play him in 2 high coverages, he will get you picks, and I love that about him. I absolutely love that. And he can even play man coverage against some tight ends, which I love that about him too, because when we didn't have a nickel, we had Jalen Hawkins, and he played pretty decent. So I think that he can be used as a rotational safety. Like I love the thought of Kyle Hamilton, Richie Grant, and Jalen Hawkins just being rotated in. And therefore, if we don't get a corner in the draft, we can just stick Kyle Hamilton or Richie Grant or Jalen Hawkins inside the slot and just have a melting pot of people that can do all the same thing, but you just don't know what's coming. So I think that's really cool.
I would be really upset if Dean Pease does not start Richie Grant next year. If I don't see Richie Grant on that starting lineup next year, I'm gonna be like, bro, what is he? Why do we even draft Richie Grant then? But I really do hope in Richie Grant. Please, Richie. We need you.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying his name.
Okay, I was just going to be thinking about another player to bring up.
Another player to bring up, I would say Drew Dolmen, because he definitely saw some starting minutes, in front of Hennessy during that what game was it? The Lions or the 49ers?
The Jags.
The Jags game?
Yeah, it was like Jags and Tampa, right?
And definitely see that Hennessy is not going to be our starting center next year, because that motherfucker can't block for shit. Okay, I'm just going to say that for a fact. That dude can't block for nothing. Hennessy is the worst. He might be worse than Peter Cons. I'm going to say that right now. He might be worse than Peter Cons. Hennessy, it's so hard because we want to go for 4th and 1 so bad. We want to get them short yardage.
I think you just opened up an old scar that I had on my body that I didn't even know about. My God.
I'm telling you, we can't get any short yardage plays because of Hennessy, and it's true. It is sad. It's really sad, and Mike Davis need to go too. So yeah, but I see Dolmen. Hopefully, Dolmen. Like if we don't draft a lineman or sign a lineman, who I hope we sign Ben Jones from the Tennessee Titans. Really hoping for that because Ben Jones comes from Arthur Smith's system and he knows how to run his, the line and stuff. So, say it's like Alex Mack coming over from the Browns when Kyle Shanahan was running the offense over there. So I hope it's like the same scenario. But if Dolmen gets his starting position, I don't see why Dolmen can't succeed. We drafted him in the 3rd round over Creed Humphrey. Obviously, Terry sees something in Dolmen over Creed Humphrey for some reason.
Wait a minute. No. Are we?
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah,
because Creed Humphrey was a 2nd-round pick, right?
I thought he was like the 1st-round pick.
No, he wasn't a 1st.
Okay.
And he was like late Nick 2nd, maybe early 3rd.
Oh no, Creed Humphrey was drafted in the 2nd. My bad.
Yeah, I was like, wait. I don't think we had the chance.
Yeah, we would have died. We would have died.
Do we want because we drafted. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, because if Creed Humphrey was there, we would have went for him. Like I saw him in the Senior Bowl. That dude was.
Yeah, Creed was a 2nd.
He was different.
Yeah, Creed was 2nd.
That's all I was
saying. Dang, maybe we could have drafted Creed Humphrey. I don't know. Maybe we could have had him in the 2nd, 3rd round. Maybe if he didn't fall from the. Dang it! I'm just saying. Just saying though. Dolmen, hopefully he's the answer because obviously Tennessee is not the answer.
I think that. Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be my last player, but here's another guy. Maybe not number 1, maybe not a number 2 option, but Frank Darby.
Oh, he's a cheerleader, man.
What's the plan for him?
Hopefully he gets faster. And he knows how to run more than one route, just than running on one long streak down the field. I think he needs to work on his route running game. That's just it, probably. Because in Arizona, like he said, like the only reason why he was getting his touchdowns because they would just throw it up to him. He just run down the field and he just try to go catch the ball. And he was just good at doing that. Yeah,
I mean, like that's kind of what Olamide Zaccheaus was doing for a good portion of the season too.
Well, OZ though is working. He has a connection with Matt Ryan for like 3 years though.
And OZ understands some nuances to route running. Like he understands it, but I feel like his problems are more so physical than anything. Like there are times. Oh, in the what game was that? I forget the game, but he ran the Saints game. He ran a.
What are you thinking? Maybe we can help you.
Corner route. He ran a corner route in the Saints game, and he used like a stutter step to just really like sell
Did
it,
I freeze?
like he was running a crosser. And he just ran a nice smooth corner route, and it was a thing of beauty. Like I've seen Julio Jones run that same exact route the same exact way, so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, OZ was in the building when Julio was still here, and Ridley as well, of course. But
hold on, post that comment right there that says that talking about Ben Jones.
Yeah, Tony Wright says Center Ben Jones spoke with Arthur Smith after the Titans' last game of the 2020 season and said to him that he had one more year on his contract and would like to come to Atlanta.
Wait, where you get that information from? Where you get this information from? Adam Shepard?
His sources are, trust me, bro.
Hey, if Ben Jones spoke with Arthur Smith and said, "You want to call to the Falcons?" Hey, come on aboard, man. We don't have to.
Hey, come on with a cheap deal in mind.
Yeah, come on. 2 years, $5 million. There you go. You come on, earn your incentives that way too. Hey, like I said, Ben Jones comes to the Falcons. That would definitely be a big upgrade for us. And then we just need to get rid of McGarry though. I say McGarry needs to go, man. He's what is he, fourth year right now?
Yeah, well, same as Lindstrom, so yeah, third year.
He's a young guy too, and I'm tired of seeing McGarry wobbling over, trying to help up Matt Ryan because he's the reason why Matt Ryan got sacked. Like I'm just like, this dude can't hold on to this guy. This guy needs to go. McGarry is. They were trying to replace him this early offseason with Willie Beaver, and I guess they just stuck with McGarry.
And it almost worked. Like
they stuck with McGarry because he's a first rounder, and they were just like, yo, we're not gonna just waste his talent. I guess waste his first rounder on the bench, type deal. I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing about first rounders. It's like you get the 5th-year option for him. You know, you gotta wait him out.
Yeah, well, we're gonna definitely trade him after this. Man, he's gone. He's gone, man. Caleb McGarry, like I give TD his props because he drafted AJ Terrell and Lindstrom, and they both are first round gems. But McGarry, you reach, and I hope we don't reach this in the draft for guys like that. We trade up and try to reach for guys like Jordan Davis or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Terry's philosophy is not reaching.
Yeah, he wants to draft the best player available. If the guy is right there at the 8th position that he wants, I hope it's Kyle Hamilton, finger crossed. And yeah, so I'm just saying McGarry has to go though.
We got this question from TJ again. And he says both the Saints and the Buccaneers are in salary cap hell. What players could we steal from them to help our roster?
Man, Marcus Williams.
I have a different player from a different team.
Who are the free agents for the Aints? I don't know. Alvin Kamara. He can come on come on home. Come on home, Alvin.
Not with that contract. That would kill us.
I don't think. Alex Anzalone is a free agent, I think, for them.
I think he was on the Lions.
The linebacker?
Oh, was he? Yeah.
I think
you're right. He is on the Lions. Right. Never mind.
Jordan Davis is fire, bro.
I think that there's like just some defensive tackles.
But I don't know. Look, all I'm saying, we just need to get rid of Caleb McGarry and Hennessy on the line. Like, those two people, those two youngins need to go. Get on out of here. Hennessy, please go. If you're watching this, you can go. McGarry, you can go. Who else can go? Kendall Schaefel, you can go too. I don't even know. What's up with Kendall Schaefel? That's another young player we can bring up.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to try to ask you about it. Look, because I already kind of figured he was already on his way out the door at this point.
Yeah, he's already gone. Kendall Schaefel, he has one more year with us, though. Mikhail Walker.
Does he really?
Walker. What do you think about Walker?
Where are you getting that? Walker.
You forgot about Walker now?
Oh, Michael Walker.
Yeah.
I don't know why that slipped my mind. I thought you were talking about someone else on another team.
Texas Walker.
But yeah, Walker, Texas Ranger Walker.
Yeah.
I was also kind of looking at the comments as well. Jerron Wade brings up a point. It's just like, you really can't get any younger on this roster because we have, like I said, we have over 20 players that are like in their second or third year with us, or if they're not, they're rookies, you know. So,
but this is a good time to mold them though in DNP's
right, which is why I'm bringing up this question. It's like, if we mold them up to the best availability, are they still like legitimate starters for us, or we all kind of thinking that they can just be pieces?
The legitimate starters I see is Aid, Walker, Grant, Davidson, maybe Graham, maybe, because he showed a little.
Okay, what would he play then?
Rotational.
Because I'm really
rotational with Marlon Davidson.
So they kind of like back each other up then?
Huh?
Do they kind of back each other up in as a end?
Yeah, and then Kaminsky can go. Kaminsky got to go.
Maybe convert Kaminsky as an outside
He hasn't
linebacker
even
to kind
seen
of
the
protect
field
with
since
run
game
stuff.
one. I don't think
That's a
He played
decent
against the
idea.
Panthers, didn't he?
He
I
did.
haven't seen Kaminsky since game one, since he got pushed back during.
Well, then watch the away game that we won against the Panthers. You'll see
I
him
don't
again.
know. Kaminsky hasn't been out there. I haven't seen 50. I haven't seen that number 50 out there. I seen
Watch
Kyle
the Panthers
Davidson out there more than Kaminsky. That's sad. But
Well, Tyler Davidson was out
Davidson's
there a
supposed to be our
lot.
nose tackle, but yeah, he's definitely he can go too.
He's a nosebleed.
Yeah, he's definitely a nosebleed. But Gary struggles, but we can't afford an average right tackle. We don't have an average right tackle. We have Jalen Mayfield. We got Jalen Mayfield to fill in that right tackle position. Slip him right back in. I feel like he does better standing up, pass protecting, because I used to play tackle back in college and high school. And we be in the two guard position. I feel like he does better kicking back with his foot, protecting more than being with his hand on the ground as a guard.
All right,
I think that's fair. Yeah.
They're trying to say we need the whole Georgia team on our side. Whew. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so some other pieces. Saints cannot afford their right tackle, which is Ryan Ramczyk. Ooh.
No, it's Armstead. It's Armstead.
No.
Yeah.
Right tackle.
Oh no,
That's Ramczyk. Left tackle's Armstead.
It is Ramczyk,
No, but
I think he was extended.
Ryan signed an extension. He's staying with the Aints for a while.
Yeah,
they can't afford him though.
Look, either way, like Bridget said, we don't want any Aints or any Bucks on our team. All right, we don't want.
If I'm gonna take one Ain't, it better be on the line.
The best.
It better be none of them. I don't want none of those Aints.
You just said Kamara.
Hey, Kamara's from Norcross though, man. He come back home.
They don't care. He don't play for us.
Home, man. We'll trade Deion Jones for Kamara. Send them both back home.
Imagine the whooping that you'd get from Mad Mike if
Mad Mike, you hear me? We want Kamara. No, I'm
joking.
There's a guy from the Rams that I've been keeping an eye out on, and honestly, I think that no, but he was a big factor in that Brandon Staley defense when they did really well. But he is a defensive tackle. So the guy that I'm talking about, who's a free agent this year, who I think will be less expensive than Jordan Davis, is Sebastian Joseph Day.
I was just thinking about him too.
Yep, that's the guy. That's the guy right there. Like, imagine Anthony Rush and Sebastian Joseph Day and Mike Pinnell. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I see him in my Madden franchise free agency all the time. I was always sign him. I don't know. Maybe we could sign him.
He was a big part of Brandon Staley's run defense. As a matter of fact, yeah, he was injured this past season. But him and Aaron Donald, and I think Greg Gaines, who's their starting nose tackle since he's been injured, they were very important to that run defense.
Oh no, he was only injured this year.
Yeah, he was injured this year. But just having that core in the run defense, and we're kind of sort of running a similar scheme to that of Brandon Staley. Like we're not really running that much of single high looks, and I don't think we will be. I do think that we will if we draft Kyle Hamilton, but I don't think we will be if we don't take another safety. So, I think that would be a good pickup just regardless, both with Kyle Hamilton or without Kyle Hamilton. So,
look, if Kyle Hamilton falls to number 8, I'm gonna cry. Because look, it's basically repeating 2016 again. Who did we draft in 2016? Safety, Keanu Neal. So I'm just saying. And then who did we sign in offseason to? Alex Mack, Ben Jones. I'm just saying, history might repeat itself. I'm looking at the positive here.
I hear you, but Kyle Hamilton is Kyle Hamilton is like Isaiah Oliver with Richie Grant instincts.
Ivory Oliver.
No, sorry, Isaiah Oliver with what's his name? Richie Grant instincts. That's basically what he is. He's like
No, he is the next Ed Reed. That's
Yeah.
who Kyle Hamilton is.
yeah.
Dude, just
Basically.
imagine a 6'4", 220 version of Ed Reed. Good God.
Running side to side to each field, looking for that ball. Whew.
With a 40-inch vertical leap.
Oh, making me hot already right now.
My goodness, I feel 63 interceptions coming on in one season.
God. AJ Terrell over there locking it down on one side. You got Kyle Hamilton on the other. What do you want to throw it to?
Grady bringing that pressure.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Kyle Hamilton, if he falls, please, Lord Jesus. Giants and Jet and the Carolina Panthers got to draft a quarterback. That's how it's got to work. Well, the Jets aren't going to draft a quarterback. Hopefully, I don't know. They got to draft offensive linemen, all of them. Derek Stingley might fall to the second round because of his injury.
I haven't heard about the second round.
I don't know. Look, he's just coming off a really, really, really bad injury, though.
If he falls to 8
take him.
and Kyle Hamilton is taken, no brainer.
Kyle Hamilton and Darren Stingley, yes. Give me that. I will take that in a heartbeat.
Oh, if he falls to the second, that's insane.
I know.
Like I promise you, that's insane. Like whoever is the GM and he falls to the second, all 32 of those teams except for the Falcons.
Look, we've seen it happen. Many players who are often said, "Hey, this is who they're going to draft high." We've seen Greedy Williams getting dropped down to the second round. A.K.A. got dropped down to the third round. Like there's a lot of players.
No, I think he was like late second or something.
Second round because of his injury. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I mean, given that position, you think of a guy like Caleb Farley last year. Even he slipped into like the early 20s.
But I think that's just it's different because when you think about it, Derek Stingley and J.C. Horn were basically they were basically like teaching tape on how to play cornerback and just impress man coverage, like for both the NFL and college football. And I've heard multiple NFL players say that. And when you watch him on tape, it shows. It shows a lot. He's the best corner in this draft by a mile. Like Ahmad Sauce is my second CB on the rankings, but it's not really close at all. Like at all. Even with the injury, he could have a broken leg and still play, and I still think he might be better than Sauce. That might be an overreaction, but he's that good.
Another corner I keep seeing drafted up high is Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay.
You think it's a reach?
Look, I'm not slandering his name. I'm just saying, like, I think his athletic tools are one of the reasons why he's up there. You know, like he's really good in run defense. He's fast. He has quick feet. He's even good in zone coverage. But in technique, like just from a technique perspective, he's gotten burned over the top a few times. I don't really see him really with any hand placement or any good hand placement from what I see. He's just to me. You know, like I can see him developing and being a lockdown corner, but I don't think he's a lockdown corner out the gate.
Well, the thing is, we signed, like I said, we signed 3 players to reserve contract from the CFL. DeAndre Alford, Cornell Armstrong, and Corey Bellington. I mean, like, so we might not have to dig for that corner in the draft. Might have to find them in free agency, but we don't know yet. We got to wait until the Super Bowl's over.
But since I have the time too, I really do want to like express one of the people that I think is a hidden gem in this draft class, and I think no one knows who I'm talking about. But there's this guy named Marcus Jones in the 3rd round that I want to talk about. So I'll talk about him later.
All right. But yeah, Marcus Jones out of Houston.
Well, look like
Alex definitely talked me into that.
Noah's already on his homework up there.
So do I got one more in me? Let's see. Covered a lot of other guys.
Avery Williams, Darren
Ooh,
Hall,
Avery might be good, but I think we've already kind of talked about the
Felipe Frank.
corners. Felipe, no.
Felipe hasn't really shown I think
Felipe Frank is holding a clipboard for the rest of his life. Okay, we're not going to talk about it ever again. He's never going to be a starter. He's always going to be a backup quarterback. Let's move on from that.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Beast, how's it going? He says, I'm excited for Darren Hall and Grant in the secondary. I hope Grant can become a star safety, and I hope he stays as a safety. I wish Pease would move Marlon back to DN, where he was good at Auburn. And I mean, we just talked about that too, because I think that's where he's going to be, especially in the 3-4 scheme that we're running. He's not going to be up at that nose tackle.
He's already a defensive end right now. We just need to find a true nose tackle. Julio might leave as soon as Dan Quinn got fired and Cal really wants to follow. Look, all I'm saying is screw Julio Jones. He can definitely suck it since he lost in the playoffs. How you gonna come and try to win and lose? You loser. Screw you, Julio Jones. And Calvin Ridley, we need to respect his privacy. We don't know what's going on with Calvin Ridley, guys. Come on now. Can we please respect Calvin Ridley? We don't know what he's going through, guys. Come on now. Like, we're putting too much assumptions on this guy. We haven't even said a single word about what's going on.
Anyways, yeah, I did shave, and I got more of a baby face than John Cena ever was. All right. Daquan Jones, third-round D tackle from UConn. That'd be an interesting name to think about.
We need to stop assuming about Calvin Ridley, y'all. Respect his privacy.
Daquan Jones or Travis Jones?
Jones from UConn. Let's just put it at that.
I think it's Travis Jones.
All I'm saying is if Calvin really does leave, he will free up a lot of cap room for us. I'm just saying. But
zero dead cap, too.
So I'm just saying, but he still is that liable target for Matt Ryan. He definitely shown it before he left us out of the blue during the London game. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
zero
dead cat if we let go of him. Zero dead cat. But I'm just saying, we still need to respect Calvin Ridley. He's still a human being. He still have a man with feelings, but zero dead cat though.
Well, I mean, come on, dude. If you're a professional athlete, you know what's going to be coming your way. If you are good, if you are bad, if you're an in-betweener.
But things can happen. You know what I'm saying? What if, like, he lost his grandparents all, like, you know what I'm saying, his grandma and grandpa, like, just days after days after days. I don't know what's going on. Look, I'm not saying anything, Calvin, really. If you're watching this, look, I don't know what's going on. That's why I say respect his privacy. But if we're just going to come out here and assume what Calvin really is doing with his life, like being at the Alabama game, like just because his cousins saw his cousin take a picture of his cousin being at the game with Calvin Ridley, that don't make no sense. Like, that don't make no sense why we just going off stories like that. We just need to stop assuming stuff.
Anyways, let's move on to our next topic because DJ also wanted to talk more about Matt Ryan. Oh no, the dreaded conversation. I wanted to take this a different way. So, my question to everyone, thinking about next season, will this offense live and die by Matt Ryan? Alex, what are you thinking?
Yes and no. Like, I think that, him making the right progressions, obviously, which he has done historically in the past, is going to help, inch the needle a little bit. But we've seen that the supporting cast matters with him. It matters. So, that's kind of really the answer on offense.
Yeah, BJ?
Bro, I think honestly that they have to buy into Matt Ryan and what he got going on. and all he wants to do is get back to that Super Bowl. So they're gonna definitely live and die by Matt Ryan next season because he's the. Who else are you gonna bring into this offense at quarterback to learn this new? If we bring in a whole new rookie to come in and learn what Matt Ryan tried to learn last season, and he fails at it, who else we're gonna blame then? Are we gonna just blame like, oh, he wasn't mobile enough? So I'm just saying, Matt Ryan
should have ran a 3.240.
Yeah, like come on. I'm just saying, Matt Ryan, he has never he almost threw for 4,000 yards with Tajae Sharp. Tajae Sharp in the
Why do you
midget.
keep bringing up his name and his name alone?
Because Tajae Sharp had 200 yards this season, and Matt Ryan magically has almost 4,000 yards this season. I mean, 4,000 yards passing. I'm just saying, Matt Ryan will. If you give Matt Ryan the tools to succeed, and he will. It's shown in the past that he succeeds in the second season of the new offensive coordinators he gets all the time. Kyle Shanahan, Steve Starks, Dirk. So I don't know.
Yeah, with my answer to this question, I feel like if you
Matt Ryan's not washed. Matt Ryan's not washed up. You go back and watch the highlight of Matt Ryan 2021 this season. Who else can throw a ball at precise precision when the wide receiver is about to cut? Literally about to cut that corner right there. Matt Ryan dimes it right in the money all the time. I'm telling you, man. You give him time in the pocket, you give Matt Ryan time in the pocket, he's going to make the plays. You go look at Ben Roethlisberger. You go look at Justin Fields. Go look at Mac Jones. Come on. Go look at Cam Newton. Go watch Cam Newton. And we wanted to sign Cam Newton this season.
I don't know who you're including on we. I definitely didn't. My answer to this question is I feel like if you try to live and die by the quarterback alone, regardless of who it is, I don't think you're building your team the proper way. If you build the pieces around him and have the quarterback be like the icing on the cake, that's the way to go about it, in my opinion. But don't let him be the sole reason as to why you lose and why you win the game, because that's not sustainable, especially if you want to move on and have a succession of the next quarterback to follow him and to follow suit. Like, build up that roster first, and then you can try to see, okay, hey, can we build the rest of the team as a whole? Because we just saw in the divisional game what happens when you build around or when you have a live and die scenario by your quarterback. When two of those teams, when they stack up against each other, only one of them can become victorious, and the other one is going to have their quarterback to blame for whatever reason. But that's just how it goes, and they don't want to say, and they don't want to give credit to, I don't know, maybe the number one defense that I had, or maybe like some of the running game that they didn't really properly develop all the way through. Some of the offensive line was an issue, and they forced him to, get out of the pocket a little bit earlier than he wanted to. There's a lot of different variables to be involved in this, but when you single out the position and try to make it like, oh, hey, this is the reason as to why we win the game, and this is the reason as to why we lose the game, that's a problem. Let it be the entire offense. Let it be the entire defense. You can't let it rest on one player because you're not building it the right way.
No.
So if we do live and die by Matt Ryan, that's not the way to bring up a succession quarterback. If we don't, then that's good because we have other people to kind of catch his fall. And he doesn't fall a lot. Well, I mean, he technically falls a lot on the field, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't have
quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, statistically, like performance-wise, like, he doesn't really have that much of a drop.
Chicago has more weapons. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Justin Fields, okay? Well, I watched Justin Fields, and he fumbled it 5 times in the game. I don't even want to talk about it. You know what? You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. All right. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, Matt Ryan, Man, I'm just saying, you give Matt Ryan his dues, man. We could live and die by him, bro.
I literally just said that's probably not the way I go about it. But hey, look what Bridget was saying. Like, hey, the quarterback is not the whole team. There's too many other people that are worse.
I'm just saying it's not like we can't like give up on Matt Ryan next season. You know what I'm saying? This man is still proven to throw almost 4,000. He could have went 4,000 yards his last game if Matt Hennessy would have blocked a little bit better and Caleb McGarry. I'm just saying. Maybe Kyle Pitts would have hit that record.
I thought he did.
No, the Mike Ditka record.
Oh yeah, he was kind of a.
I thought it was like 1,100 or.
No, I think it was like 1,060 or something, or maybe like 1,080.
But he did reach 1,000 yards, but he didn't get
right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's still good. You gave 1,000 yards to a rookie tight end.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear anything about like, well, he needed 17 games to do it. Mike Ditka did it in 14 games. Well, Mike Ditka also played with like people that were playing the sport.
Yeah, like he had like what they call it back in the day, Stickum.
Well, not even that, because that was more like a late 70s thing. He wasn't really playing around that in that era. I mean, he kind of was, but it was like the Eagles or whatever. But the point is that he was playing against people that were like part-time football players.
Yeah.
Like these other people had jobs outside of that. Like that wasn't the money that we were making.
Yeah.
So there was a clear talent disparity between them. So it's like, I don't want you to try to say like, oh, well, he did it and it was better in that era. No, it was not. All right. Not when you still had a league that was, for the most part, racist. Okay. Like there's so many different rules and variations to factor these things in between. It's like, these are not the same era, but the fact that Kyle Pitts is on the trend that a lot of these other tight ends, they could have been, but yet for whatever reason they weren't, hey, that just goes to show of what we have and a sign of things to come. So
it's funny, this guy said this is a passing league. Of course Matt Ryan's going to throw over 4,000 yards. What does that mean, my guy?
So why doesn't everyone do it then?
Right. I'm going to go ahead and bring up some quarterbacks that probably didn't even reach 4,000 yards this season.
I know of like basically every Bears quarterback that ever played.
So Mike Glennon is just gonna go out there and throw 4,000 yards for the Giants. Then this is a passing league. Of course, he's gonna throw 4,000 yards.
Yeah, have fun trusting in
Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm, Danny Dimes. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that special if everyone was able to do it.
Kyler Murray didn't even reach 4,000 yards.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Ben Roethlisberger didn't reach 4,000. Ryan Tannehill didn't even reach 4,000 yards. Ryan Tannehill threw less yards than Matt Ryan this season, actually. And he had Julio and A.J. Brown. Give me a break. Baker Mayfield, 3,000 yards.
We name it on the scores. Yeah, Jackson, because there's a disparity between
Lamar
them.
Jackson that everybody loves. You know how many yards he thrown? He thrown almost less than 3,000 yards.
Well, yeah, because he rushes for the rest of them.
But yet, Matt Ryan is washed up. Matt Ryan's washed up, though.
It just goes to show not everyone can understand it. So
I'm baffled. I'm baffled of the assumption why Matt Ryan is not a great quarterback. You bring in any rookie quarterback, come and learn in Arthur Smith's system and play behind this horrible offensive line, I'll give you $1 million right now. I'll give you $1 million in your hand. You go find me a rookie. Go find me a rookie. And Matt Hennessy got to be the one blocking, and Caleb McGarry too. Plus, he got to have TJ Sharp as his wide receiver one, and he can't have Russell Gage. He got to have Mike Davis too. Plus, he also got to have Kyle Pitts, but he's gonna have to get triple coverage the whole entire game. So find me another quarterback, and I will definitely
and like the 29th ranked defense.
Right. Go find me a quarterback that can do that. I'll give you $1 million right now.
So, no, let them know that not. I mean, Bridget, you're letting us know anyways right now. Let them know that all three phases got to be good. Look at the teams in the playoffs. You know, hey, I said this before. It's like I do not like the 49ers whatsoever. Like, because I'm in California, I absolutely freaking despise that team. But even I know that they are the only team that have like the least amount of weaknesses. Not saying they have none, because Kyle Shanahan and Jalen Garoppolo, they're definitely the two biggest ones that they have. But everything else, like I can name the other three teams, and they can have a lot more weaknesses to them, all right? Because when it comes to the Rams, they had a problem with keeping a lead all of a sudden. That was like Sean McVay's bread and butter at halftime. It's like, hey, when you had a lead at halftime, you won the game. Plain and simple. That's what it was. And then all of a sudden, they couldn't close it out. And now they had a struggle against the Tampa Bay because they had 4 fumbles in that game and almost couldn't close out that game. All right? And a lot of the other penalties, a lot of the other undisciplined side of things, you know, Joe Burrow had 9 sacks against him. It's like, that's not sustainable. I don't care if it is Joe Burrow or if it is like a type of quarterback that gets better the more he gets hit because he's just tiring out the defensive line, you know? And then with the Chiefs, Gabriel Davis with 8 catches and 200 something yards and 4 touchdowns. You mean to tell me that that's going to be the defense that can't allow Gabriel Davis to act as if he's Julio Jones or Jamar Chase?
You can't put the same name, okay? Don't disrespect that. Well, he is. But
dude, that's what he was though.
He was he was going off. They should have won. Yeah, I know. I lost $3K. Thank you for bringing that back up.
I didn't bring it up, but okay. It just goes to show that, you know, like my question, like, hey, when you live and die off of one position, you're not building your team correctly.
No, of course not. You're not gonna. But I'm just saying, you should not give up on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is still a liable quarterback.
Of course, yeah. Like, hey, we expect him to be the icing on the cake.
Matt Ryan, you should live and die by A.J. Terrell, if anything. No, I'm just joking, but or young Way Cool, but no.
Now that's the only correct answer.
Yeah, you should only live and die for Young Way Cool, y'all. Young Way Cool. Hopefully we re-sign him for next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying, just don't give up on Matt Ryan. This dude was he made it work. We almost won. We could have won. We should have won Washington. We should have won those games and made it to the playoffs. But I'm just saying, it would be fun to watch the Falcons in the playoffs right now because anything can happen, basically, what we're seeing right now. So
yeah, but I mean, we've also kind of seen that we may have looked pretty similar to what Philadelphia did because they legitimately didn't beat anyone that was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's like we almost could have been that team even if we had beaten like Washington and like Carolina or something. Like those were not winning teams, you know, and I can say that we beat New Orleans back when they had a winning record, but you know, that was kind of it, you know? And even then they didn't make the playoffs, so I don't know how good they really were.
Okay, Ryan did have weapons in the past, but he did do stuff during those times. He led winning season playoff games. We were trying to get it done, trying to happen. But I think it was like the first playoff game was against the Cardinals. We lost that. I'm going to give that up because, you know, he's a fresh rookie. He's a fresh rookie quarterback coming in, leading your team to the playoffs after a disastrous season for the past years. I'm just saying, Matt Ryan, Arizona Cardinals, boom. You know what I'm saying? You learn from that. Next game, Green Bay Packers, boom. Almost made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Giants, I don't know what happened that game. I think I cursed that game, to be honest. But yeah,
your fault.
after that, then he won against the Seahawks. Oh my God, bro! Like that was like the best moment. It took him 4 years, 4 years into his career to get a playoff win.
Like, put it this way: does Andrew Luck have that many playoff wins?
No. Does Dak Prescott have any playoff wins?
He's got one against the Seahawks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Tony Romo.
Against the Lions.
Stafford just got his first one. After how many?
Right.
Yeah. Come on now. Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan. He gonna. I believe. Hopefully, we get something done next season.
And think of those teams that we just listed. You know, the Cardinals in 2008, Super Bowl team. We didn't go in 2009, but we had a winning record at least. 2010, Packers won the Super Bowl. 2011, Giants won the Super Bowl. 2012, 49ers
won the Super Bowl.
No, they didn't win, but they were there.
Oh yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
And then obviously we have the 2016 run, 2017 run, lost to the Eagles, won the Super Bowl. You know, it's like basically if you beat us, you were good enough to beat everybody. Yeah. That's the standard that we held.
We're a good team, I say. We're a good team. And we have a lot of doubters. It's okay though. I don't know why we gotta prove the doubters wrong when you're a fan of the Falcons, but you know what I'm saying? Support the Falcons, y'all. Come on now. Go Falcons. Fuck the Aints.
Speaking of which, it's a good way to our segment. Let's talk about Kevin James for a moment. Okay. Because before we do that, hey-o. Maggie, you there?
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Y'all keep talking. Don't let Miss Maggie T interrupt whatever y'all got going on. I just haven't had my proper hello to you. Of course, I know Noah very well, but I haven't given my seal of approval to you yet. So welcome to the AFN family. I've been kind of down with what I thought was COVID, which I'm still dealing with right about now. I had a whole crisis with my daughter at her high school today. Oh, I'm all over the place right now. So I really haven't gotten on late enough with you guys because I'm either knocked out, preparing myself for my morning show, but I'm really enjoying this chemistry that you guys have. And I am doing very better, Mr. Motivator, but it's still lingering apparently because now my daughter is sick. Not the one from the school, but another daughter. Unfortunately, now she got the fatigue and dry mouth, all of that. And I'm still dealing with that. I felt like my balance was off or equilibrium was something wasn't right today as I was dealing with my daughter's school and that lockout that they had over there. If anybody know what I'm talking about Banneker High School in South Fulton, Georgia.
That's not good.
Yeah, it was a little scary. So I am no longer working a regular job for now. I am in the pursuit of some other things that may also really take me away completely to where it's like I'm very limited. So it's like I want to take advantage of all these opportunities to where I can come on and just really thank you guys for just really, stepping up and reaching out and speaking up for our Falcons fans. And we're branching into other avenues of sports and entertainment with my morning show. That if you guys, of course, not everybody who's a Falcons fan is a Hawks fan. Not everybody that's a Falcons fan is a Braves fan. So if you have other teams, if you're from the West Coast and you want to talk about them, start incorporating that. It's fine. I'm starting to get everyone to understand that we're not just AFN anymore. We are all sports.
Atlanta Fan Nation.
We were thinking about now. At first it was going to be Atlanta Sports Nation, but maybe All Sports Network or something to the hence of ASN instead of AFN, ASN, All Sports Network or something. We're still working on that. Something that flows off the tongue pretty well that we can market. So if I see an ASN out there, I'm coming for you. Just letting you know. All right, because I already got the paperwork in order. Anyway, so if y'all like that idea, or if you got some other ideas, I'm open to suggestions for this entire network of TV. We are now the ESPN of YouTube.
Hey,
that's who I want to be.
Skip Shannon right here. You know what I'm saying? Skip Shannon. Let's go.
If y'all think about yourselves like that, you will go a long way. You guys have a chemistry that I really enjoy. Noah's been waiting on someone to come in and just bounce off of, so it won't just be him. I mean, we can be solo, but it's nothing like a guest that you can have that is just repeated, even if you're not here every day. I appreciate that you are putting out your time and effort to believe in this channel. So thank you. I'll go ahead and give you guys the floor again. You need me on the squad. I'll bring the energy. Okay, well, since I'm putting it out there.
Nothing but smack this entire time. Nothing but senseless smack. So I'd hesitate.
If he's a negative smack, then no. We don't. We're talking about positive.
Yeah.
We're talking about if you don't like Matt Ryan, I need to know why. Not because he sucks. I need to know facts. Why? Break it down to me. Don't just sit there and blow steam. We don't have those type of people on our channel before, and guess what? They're no longer here. Just saying.
Right.
So we are all about positive uplifting of this team because apparently even our fans base don't even support it. Mm-hmm. That's it. So I appreciate guys that can sit there and break down something and make it make sense. A lot of people tell us that we educate them. Continue to do that. Noah brings out the whiteboard and educate people. And you come in and add right to it now. So it's like, look, I don't got to be on every day. It shouldn't be where I have to be on. I just looked at the chat and y'all are increasing in views. Slowly. It might not seem much now because it's the off season, but if people are still watching you when there's not a Falcons football game going on, then that's a big deal.
And given how late it is too.
And given how
shout out to all y'all, man.
Honestly, Noah, all it took is the right consistency of shows to catch on. They have to really believe that you're going to be there because it's like, okay. Oh, he's here today. He's not here tomorrow. You've been consistent. The more consistent you are, and the fact that you brought on someone just as great,
thank you,
that responds very well, and he's not selfish about the spotlight. It's like, I'm gonna shut up and let you talk. Okay, well, you shut up and I'm gonna talk. You do that, we get along. Not everybody has to have the spotlight all the time, and sometimes that person might have a little bit more time to say whatever they have to say. When you do it as a blended thing, some days Noah might not feel good. Some days you might not feel good. What the problem was, AFN got a bad reputation that me and Matt Mike is the channel. Of course, we started this thing a decade ago. And just who just gave me a like? John Abraham, because I told him, thank you for listening to me.
Let's go.
I did not ask him to come on the channel. I didn't ask him. I didn't pitch anything to him. I came to him as a mental health awareness person to a person that's dealing with mental health himself. And we are friends.
That's what's up.
I will tell him what's up to him. And, maybe if he ever feels up to it, you might see John Abraham. But then again, you might not.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. And I care about his health more than I care about the status. You get what I'm saying? Like Chuck Smith and Terrence Mathis, and now Terrence Moore.
Oh, let's go. Oh, dang. Ward? That's a name drop.
Just name dropping of who's talking to Miss Maggie T, and you might not know why and how.
Right. Let's go.
So
Hey.
y'all keep up the good work. There's some things that we're got coming where definitely going to be a lot more in your face this season. We're working on some things to be in the building of the place where at least a representation is there. That's what I'm working on, people, in the background. So just bear with us, okay? Support us. Subscribe. Stop questioning where this money is going. It's definitely going to needy causes. I'm sending supplies, Gatorade and liquid IVs to families when I can get a hold of liquid IV. It's a hot commodity right now. Gatorade is a hot commodity. It's flying off the shelves, y'all. It's getting real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So thank you for letting me interrupt your little time. Y'all keep doing your thing. I say it's about an hour and 10 minutes in. I don't know how long you're going, but keep it going. I'm watching. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. Better.
Look, I'm still, as you can hear, hoarse and dry. And I got to go find me some water downstairs. And I'm so sick of this.
Are they closing down that school?
That I don't know, but I'm going to get ready to get heavy into it. I actually got some good words of some people that might be putting me in the door of Banneker High School as an administrative staff. Just saying. So that's just a little tidbit, but it might not be that because I have a governmental interview with the Department of Behavioral Health and Disabilities for the state of Georgia. So that is Friday. So whichever comes first, I'm taking it. Do you understand?
Push your feet.
So Maggie's going to be a bit more status. That's why I'm saying I may not be available for the morning shows until the weekend. Okay. All right, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. Thank you. Cash App, please. That helps us get these donations to people. Our GoFundMes, I'm putting out there on the community tabs. And please support these guys with your super chats. Tell them you love them. Okay. I'm out, people. Peace.
Well, your order. Pop up. Just kidding. No, but let's get on to Kevin James.
Kevin James.
The boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is opening doors for the Falcons, man. I'm telling you. This is Sean Payton or Kevin James over here.
That's better. That's the correct answer.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's looking at the team. He's like, look, we tried to go all in during the Breeze last few seasons, and we couldn't make nothing happen. And with them losing James Winston in the early season, it just fell apart. And he's looking at the future. He's like, look, I ain't gonna be part of this mess. Like you guys.
Not to mention, James Winston is a free agent too.
Yeah, and they have no money. James Winston, he wants that starting quarterback money. He's a first round draft pick. He wants that starting quarterback money. So
not just first round, first overall.
Yeah. So they already tied their money into a backup quarterback who is a fullback, fused tight end. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is opening doors for the Falcons, though. That for real, though, because with Tom Brady deciding if he wants to retire, and then also Matt Rule with the Panthers having who knows at quarterback, if they're going to draft a new quarterback in the draft, or they're going to stick with Sam Darnold. And they have Ben McAdoo
please
too.
Do so.
Yeah, Ben McAdoo.
And you know what? Matter of fact, start PJ Walker. He's amazing.
No, I think they're done with that PJ Walker era.
No, don't speak that into their ear.
No. right. Yeah, start PJ Walker, y'all. If you're an Evangelist fan, go ahead and say start PJ Walker on Twitter.
Hey, Chuba Hubbard is the truth. He's better than Christian McCaffrey. He's
don't invest in your O-line, just invest in
Brandon Zylstra is going to be definitely better than DJ Moore. So take care of that. Do with that what you will. Taylor Moton, he's in his last year. He's going to be done after this one, so you might want to, kind of get rid of him. Kind of do the Patriots way of thinking, where it's like, hey, they get rid of you before you start to get a little
deteriorated. Yeah, just go ahead and just get rid of them.
Just to keep that in mind, But hey, Matt Rule, you Jack Black wannabe, you keep going, dude. You keep it up.
What I'm saying, though, this is opening doors for the Falcons. I don't see the Falcons failing next season. I don't see them failing. Sean Payton gone, and Tom Brady retiring, and plus Brian Leftwich left the Buccaneers to go be the head coach of the Jags.
Todd Bowles is also probably going to leave too, their defensive coordinator.
For real?
There's been talks of that, getting him back to a head coaching position, which would be another black head coach again.
I would say he probably will go to Denver.
So with Denver, they're kind of interested in Dan Quinn. It's either like him. It's between Denver and Chicago with Dan Quinn.
Huh. I don't know.
Oh, I would love it if Dan Quinn
went to Chicago. Said he wants to go to the Dolphins. He has ties with the Dolphins. He loves Florida. Obviously, he loves to draft them. Draft players from Florida.
But yeah, Millie Mills Leftwich is already getting like a finalized deal for him to be the Jacksonville head coach.
Yeah, he's going to Jags. He's gonna go try and make Trevor Lawrence the next Tom Brady, which he won't. The Jags, they're not gonna be good. Curse city. That's a cursed city right there.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of other coaching vacancies. So I think we got like 9 head coaching spots that still need to be figured out. One of them is also the Vikings too. I mean that's a pretty good spot to go to, honestly. You got some good pieces there,
man. So I'm just looking at this Matt Ryan argument that's going on right now.
Yeah, what killed me is over here. I'm trying to find it.
I would say Thomas Dimitroff was not a bad drafter. Well, he was just a bad person to sign. He just did not know how to sign contracts or find, I don't know, players in the NFL that can just come in and be that guy for the Falcons. But he wasn't really that bad at drafting, if you ask me.
Given the fact that less than half of his players lasted longer than like 3 years.
Because he did draft Chris Lindstrom. Did draft A.J. Terrell. He did draft Deion Jones. He did draft, you know what I'm saying? He did draft quite a handful of players that are pretty good. Matt Ryan. He drafted Matt Ryan.
He did draft
Jones. Drafted Calvin Ridley. Drafted Devonta Freeman. Drafted Tevin Coleman. Shit, I can go down the line, but I'm just saying there's just a lot of like thorns sticking out of that tree that are just painful.
He didn't want to draft Julio Jones. He drafted everyone in the 2012 draft class, which was Peter Kahns was the top guy in that draft class.
Because there's nobody left in that draft class. Marquise Sproul, whatever his name is. Yeah.
That guy's like Pariah Jerry in the first round.
There's a guy named Stanley.
Stanley Mapanga.
Yeah. Was it
drafted guys like Goodman? Sean Harlow?
Goodman? Was it Goodman?
Malachi Goodman. Yeah.
Malachi Goodman. Jonathan Mesclaw.
Jeez, that's a name too, Jonathan Masakli.
Yeah. Oh, Masakli. Yeah, he went to my high school in Cincinnati.
Oh, that's nice. But I mean, with this, going back to Kevin James, with him going right,
yeah,
we got to think about like the rest of that situation going on in New Orleans, because even if they decided to try to bring up like Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, he was a former head coach back in the Raiders days, didn't really do all that great, but hey, that means good for us, right? But Brady's having some interesting conversations about, having his family decide whether or not he wants to continue playing because he misses his kids. Well, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Most of these NFL players have kids too. Um, so you got that going on, and then you got whatever the heck the Panthers are going to try to do. Where does this leave the Falcons when it comes to like the window of opportunity? Because I bring this up, right? Like in the division, we could do really good. Like we think that we can, and then we take a look at the schedule for next year, and then we realize that we face the AFC North and the NFC West. These are potentially both of those divisions could represent the Super Bowl for this year. I know definitely the NFC West is going to represent the Super Bowl, and every team, except Seattle, but even Seattle could still be good, depending on Russell Wilson. But every team can still be competitive, and every team, even the Browns, they can still, cause some problems too. So it's like those are going to be the major teams. Then you got those in the division, and then you got a couple of scragglers from a couple other spots too that are also kind of like third place in their divisions. But that's going to make up our roster, like our schedule, So how do we feel about that one moving forward? Like, how do we feel about the potential to try to win, given that these are going to be our opponents going up? Now, we don't know like when we face them. We only face we know who we have at home, we have who we have it away, but it's just a matter of, hey, can we build up momentum, or are we just going to have this rough stretch of games where it's like, I'm sorry, but they're just going to be the better team. Like, it's going to be those conversations that are going to spring up. So what does this mean about the window of opportunity that Atlanta can have?
Well, if we still come in with the same team that we have this year, we're definitely closing that window pretty early. But it just really depends on what we do in the free agency. Like who we sign. Who do we get the people that we need? Pass rush, offensive line, another wide receiver. I mean, like we're still in cap hell right now too. We're only 13 million or like 14 million to sign, and that's not enough money to sign a star. That's enough money to sign a star. We just need to get. Hopefully, we can get rid of Fowler to free up some cap space. Hopefully, we can extend Grady Jarrett's contract to give us more cap space. But you know what I'm saying? If we're coming in with the kind of team we have right now, we're definitely not. We're not ready at all. We're just going in to just go in again. But it just really depends on what we do this offseason.
Yeah. Got Linda Miles joining us. Okay, good to see you. We're already kind of ahead of you when it comes to that line of thinking about getting Ben Jones over here.
Ben Jones. Yeah. Like I said, if we draft Kyle Hamilton, it's 2016 all over again. We draft Kyle Hamilton, safety. We signed out Ben Jones, and then you know what I'm saying. We're going back to the Super Bowl. We're going back to the Super Bowl, guys.
Ooh. Hey, you gotta appreciate the positivity, So. Speaking of which, I think because we had early discussions when it comes to, who we have right now as far as like the young talent on our team. We've kind of talked about Matt Ryan, which I don't know why, but there's certain people still in the chat that said that we don't talk about Matt Ryan. When I literally just had a topic about Matt Ryan in this exact stream, but I digress. We just talked about our window of opportunity within the division. And now the one thing I want to get to is a little bit more about the draft class, but a bit of a different take on it. I've been pretty hesitant when it comes to like giving an exact name when it comes to who we pick at 8. There's obviously a lot of good ideas that can stem from that high up of a pick, right? But when it comes to Terry Fontenot's, strategy of, hey, let's fill out our needs in free agency, filling out the needs in free agency.
That's
I
what he
think I
said.
gotta keep repeating that because we seem to not really get the point because we still want to try to reach for other people who we deem as needs right now. That's true, right? But let's say that we fill out the nose tackle position before the draft happens. Terry and Arthur, they feel comfortable with who they get. And, it's like, hey, is there a contingency plan for that, that we could think of? Because, hey, we may end up getting a guy or trading for a guy that we didn't think that we could get. And then, boom, one of our needs are fixed. And then we can kind of fill out some other holes, and then we can, plug in one player from the offensive line. Like, you get the idea. We can get some people and then we can focus on other people just to kind of develop for right now. So that's kind of my thing about how not to get infatuated. If you don't really know what that word means, it's basically like, hey, like kind of falling in love with you, but just from a physical standpoint. That's in the simplest terms. It's like, hey, it's nothing really deeper than that. It's just a matter of like, oh, hey, like you look nice, hey, you're a trophy piece. It's kind of like that.
You're on ESPN. They talk highly about you.
Yeah, you're on Mel Kiper's big board. Yeah, surely you're unstoppable.
Yeah, surely Mel Kiper knows what he's talking about.
But just like Ultra Shadow 97 says, it's about the best player available.
That's why Kyle Hamilton is the best player available. I'm telling you. Kyle Hamilton is the best player available. I just saw somebody saying Jalen Hawkins is the future. I say Jalen Hawkins is not the future. This dude still has a lot. He missed tackles. He's a third. He's third on the team of missing tackles. I mean, like, come on. Like, I feel like if you get the best player available, it has to be Kyle Hamilton. This guy is a freakish athlete who can definitely fill one side of the field. And AJ Terrell could worry about the other side of the field. And you can have whatever garbage corner you can have. We can sign Fab back to a contract again and have Kyle Hamilton helping him out the whole entire time. I'm just saying. I'm infatuated with Kyle Hamilton, man. It's crazy. But I was infatuated with Jordan Davis, too. That guy is big. That's a monster. That's Godzilla out there. And watching him during the championship game, like I see more pros and cons in his game if he does come to the NFL.
Okay. I mean, with Hamilton too, it's like it goes well with DMP's philosophy of building in the secondary. But if we already kind of feel like, like 3/5 of our guys are kind of set at that position group, then I would kind of lean towards the next defensive position group that is like 1 out of 5, and that's like everyone that we would see on the D line. It's like, hey, maybe we can solve one of those problems in free agency. Maybe we can solve 2 of them. Maybe train up another one. Hey, develop, like you just said, get Ade Ogundeji as a starter. Maybe we develop Marlon Davidson. Maybe he can become a consistent starter. We got Grady there. Do we resign guys like Anthony Rush and Mike Pennell because they're off the block?
I think you signed for depth pieces, only for Rush. I don't only sign Rush for depth. That's just it.
Yeah, I mean, there's that chance where, hey, if Jordan Davis gets injured, who are you gonna have to replace him?
Who was to say we're gonna draft Jordan Davis though? But I'm just saying.
But it's just the contingency plan that we got to think about. Like, hey, if we draft Kyle Hamilton and he gets injured, who's gonna replace him?
Why would you put that curse on him then? Why would you put that curse on him?
It's something you got to think about.
Why would you put that evil on him? Don't you put that evil on him?
It's something you got to think about.
Hey.
I'm going to say that for every single player that we were drafted. But because we're in a position where we're almost half expecting everyone to be a starter.
Yeah, of course.
And that's high praise, but that's also a lot of expectations in order to drop on a rookie.
We want more rookies to be starters, though. We want Frank Darby to start.
And that's why I brought him up earlier. So
yeah. looking at free agency though, Dean Pease does have a lot of connection with the free agency that's coming into the with the players that's heading into this free agency. Like we got Harold Landry, we got Brandon Williams, We got Jalen Brown. We got
Brown, yeah.
I'm trying to think of some stuff off the top of my head, but those are the three main ones that I'm like looking at that we should look at signing, especially Brandon Williams. I said we signed Brandon Williams, bro. What? Brandon Williams succeeded in Dean P's defense, and he's been horrible ever since Dean P's left. So Dean P's know how to use these nose tackle, man. He made Jeffrey Simmons. That guy is a beast up in the Titans, man. I'm telling you, bro. Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah. But I'm just saying.
You would have thought him and Joe Burrow were best friends given how much they hugged each other.
Like I said, Dean Pease, he know. I think if Dean Pease see a D lineman in the draft, he's definitely gonna go for him. Hopefully his name is Jordan Davis. I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right, there we go again.
But I'm saying though, Brent, there's a lot of connection that we have in the free agency with these coaches that we have on staff. We can definitely bring a lot of these players in, but do we have the money though? We still don't have the money or the cap space to sign anybody. We only sign our rookies and then a couple of vets. That's it.
And then whoever we got on our futures contracts as well.
Right. So we really are in cap hell right now. We can't really talk about signing anybody until we figure out this cap space issue. But our future looks very hopeful with Sean Payton, Kevin James over here retiring. Buccaneers, hey, look, if Tom Brady leaving, if Brian Leftwich is leaving, Todd Bowles leave, and Tom Brady leaving too, then I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't sign half of their free agents coming up too.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, Gronk will stay even if Brady decides to leave
Gronk
because what does retirement means to him?
No, Gronk is definitely
he just said, hey, if Tom Brady decides to go, I'm gonna still stick with the team.
No, he's not.
That's what he said.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
According to my sources.
He's definitely lying. But and then the Panthers too. So it's the window. The door is wide open for the Falcons to jump through. They just need to get the right players. Matt Ryan's the future. I'm telling y'all. We bring in Malik. Who's the quarterback from
Willis?
Malik Willis? We bring him in there. He runs around the field just like Justin Field does. Fumbles it 3 times. Who do we blame then? We're gonna blame Arthur Smith? Like, no.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna blame Arthur Smith for not being a good play caller.
Malik Willis, he comes in and he plays with this horrible offensive line. The first person you guys are gonna blame is Arthur Smith.
And then you're going to blame Terry Fontenot for not building the proper offensive line around him and not building every single weapon. It just goes to show that when it comes to certain players, everything's their fault. And then you replace them, then nothing is that position group's fault anymore. You can't have it both ways. No. How many times do we have to say the same things?
Matt Ryan had the games. He had the games this season. You want to place the blame on somebody? Blame it on Hennessy. Blame it on Eric Harris. Blame it on Fab. This dude gave him a touchdown. He got burnt on the Washington game. If anything, blame it on Walker because he blew his assignment. He was supposed to cover McKinnon on the flat, but he got selfish, and then he ran in tried to go in for a sack. That's when Heineke threw it over to the side, and yeah. You can't blame Matt. Did Matt Ryan play flat zone defense? I don't know. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He was out there for the corner. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right.
He just wore a TJ Green jersey for some reason.
Oh yeah, TJ Green. I forgot about him. Oh, horrible. But I'm just saying, Matt Ryan gets the job done. He wants to get the job done. He does. At the end, during the end of the game, you don't see Matt Ryan like looking sad or just like moping around or throwing a tablet. He's looking like, oh, I got to get ready again for the next snap. He's like, no, let's get another score in. Matt Ryan is a trooper. There's like some quarterbacks out there that will fall under pressure, like Justin Herbert or Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, who's a mobile quarterback, he fell under deep pressure during the playoff game. And he has A.J. Green as his receiver.
They had a whole second half of the season collapse.
Right. we are giving too many we're finding too many things for Matt Ryan to blame, and it's so unfair. It's so unfair for our fans to just blame Matt Ryan for absolutely not his fault. Basically, like none of the reason why we lost this game was his fault. His fumble with the Mike Davis fumbling, was that his fault? Matt Ryan was out there. He punched.
Which time?
the last game.
Or which time? Which of the Russell Gage fumbles are you thinking about too?
No, I'm talking about the Mike Davis fumble against the Bills.
My point is that why is it a multiple choice question?
True. Well, the only thing I place a blame on Matt Ryan is for that taunting he had during the Bills game.
Which even then it shouldn't have mattered because that play didn't stand. So
to be honest, he should have had. I think the NFL screwed up. They were trying to get the Bills their win so they can make it to the playoffs. Look, Matt Ryan had the Bills on their toes the whole entire time.
We freaking led at halftime. Like, who the heck was expecting that?
Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions. Matt Ryan had a better QBR than him. Who did he have to throw to? TJ Sharp.
The only way that Josh Allen beat us is because he played like Tim Tebow the rest of the game.
No, because we have a horrible run stopping defense. That's the reason why.
Exactly. That's why you can play like Tim Tebow and just throw a couple more passes and run the rest of the game, and you're all good.
I don't understand why we're still mad at Matt Ryan because he can't stand up for more than 3 seconds. What kind of argument is that? So then you should place the blame on the offensive line.
Or at least the receiver's not getting open in time.
Right. It's not Matt Ryan's fault that TJ Sharp is a 5th-round pick out of UMass. And he has to work with him on a veteran minimum. Russell Gage, I'm not going to give an excuse because Russell Gage played pretty good half the time. He was here and there, here and miss. OZ is
he plays good until he catches the ball. Then it's just a toss-up.
Yeah, if he can get to the ball.
Yeah, sometimes he can.
Pitts is out there getting triple coverage the whole entire time because they know they're going to give it to Pitts. So their intention is to throw the ball to Pitts the whole entire time. They can't throw it. Why would Matt Ryan risk a turnover to Pitts? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and when it comes to, even if you want to try to we'll just keep throwing it up and let it see what happens. Dude, don't you understand that's how players get hurt?
Right. It's like Kyle Pitts could get blindside hit it, fumbled it. Who's blaming it to them? Come on,
It's like we've had receivers run into each other during routes.
You can throw the Pitts as many times as you want, but it's not gonna affect the game plan.
And that's also not going to be sustainable for him either moving forward. So it's like you want to try to preserve the talent that you have, which is why, everything that happened with Cordell Patterson. I kind of think that we didn't go the best way about it because I think that we kind of burnt him out a little bit too early because he wasn't really used to playing the running back position for that much. So. But that just goes to show you. I think we need another true running back because, hey, is Quadri going to step up and kind of be that pseudo starter?
We don't have a true running back. we don't have a running back that was over 1,000 yards this season. We haven't had one since Devontae Freeman.
I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, Patterson reached 500 yards, but that took way too long in the season.
Let's split though with the receiving in rushing. We haven't had
Yeah,
a
but
1,000-yard rushing since Devontae Freeman.
in our Super Bowl year, or at least 2017.
And then after that, he was injured half the time too. And we gave him that big
So
contract for nothing. That kind of effed us over a little bit too, because we had to cut him loose. Noodle arm.
yeah.
Did y'all see Matt Ryan throwing to Cordell during the Dolphins game? That was noodle arms. That was
apparently because he's not throwing like 70-mile-an-hour fastballs.
It's not Matt Ryan's fault because TJ Sharp can't get separation on a streak route. He just supposed to throw it up and hope that TJ. He does not trust TJ Sharp. I wouldn't even trust TJ Sharp. Like, come on.
I just love how you're like so specifically attacking TJ Sharp.
Bro, horrible.
You can't just say our receivers as the group. You're just like, no. But TJ Sharp.
I'm just saying, you can't. I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan does not have trust in him to throw it up to him.
Fellas, I just want to know what's happening here. Maggie's never actually wanted to debate on this channel because a lot of men get intimidated by it. Let me get my light because I'm ready today. Okay, I don't care what I look like, but what we're not going to do is continue this banter about AFN, ASN, or whatever you want to call it. I can go toe to toe with the best of them, okay? But what we're not going to do is sit here and completely ignore the fact that our guys do put a Matt Ryan accountable for what he do, okay? We will say when Matt Ryan's having a bad game, we will say, well, you know what? He did mess up right here. But at the same time, that is not all the time, though. And it's only because other players are not playing their roles. Matt Ryan is a coach. Did you realize that? He is on the sideline putting fucking people in positions. Get fucking set. Put your feet right here. I got to worry about this 300-pound man in my fucking face while you over here in the wrong position, Hennessy.
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Now I got to worry about who the hell is going to be open to even receive the ball. And then you drop it. So who can I rely on as well? Get me an O-line that can protect Matt Ryan and keep him off his behind, just like Russell Wilson. Okay? Can we do that?
Thanks.
Can we do that? Can we do that? Y'all just awoken the beast because I'm sick. Sick and tired.
Weren't you just the person that said that he was like the common denominator of our problems that we were refusing to talk about?
Like, you contradict yourself.
Didn't you just say that we don't talk about Matt Ryan when I literally just asked a question about, hey, is Matt Ryan going to be like the live or die on the offense this season? What is it? Like,
what do you want from Matt Ryan? What do you want else from Matt Ryan?
What do you want from us too? Like,
Matt, they won a Super Bowl. They won't be satisfied until the Super Bowl. But then again, there's going to be an incentive when Matt Ryan wins the Super Bowl. Well, that team was just having a bad game. Come on, let's get real.
Just goes to show. Just goes to show.
No, you did say that. Y'all never talk about Matt Ryan. You did say that, sir. Let's say it again. I'm reading the chat. I've been observing everything that you had to say, sir. And they literally just said exactly what you said they didn't say.
We talked about the taunting against the Bills.
Dude,
we talked about the.
This was your comment earlier. That was something. And then let's go a little bit before that because I got the whole chat on my thing available.
A lot more. Got you on camera.
Okay.
Caught it 4K. Look at that.
So there's that, right? And then I'm gonna keep scrolling up.
Oh. Oh, another one.
Isn't that not you? Let's say
But
something
a
else.
problem, none the least, is something he's missing in clutch moments of big games. He doesn't get the job. He doesn't get the job done. His shortcomings.
And I like this comment from Lee Liddell Miles. Thank you very much, Miss Maggie. I'm so sick of these uneducated so-called football fans that don't see how much value Matt brings. I wish Matt would demand a trade to go win a ship.
No,
Absolutely.
not.
Matt might not be a spring chicken anymore, but goddamn it, he get in the end zone when he's frustrated.
You can see it in Matt's
Didn't
face.
you see? Didn't you say that as well? On the screen. I'm gonna keep going.
I hope he doesn't ask for a trade.
You know what? It's going to take that for Falcons for the Falcons fan to be very so-called satisfied, but then they're going to be crying at the end because it's like, who are we going to get in here with that kind of gusto and heart that gets up from a cut-up arm and still play?
Yo, he led this team.
Matt,
didn't you just say this
how many
as well?
times Matt missed a game in his whole entire career?
Only two, probably. Only one, two or one. But there was one game where Matt Schaub had to come in at the end of the season, and he still played during the playoffs too. So I'm just saying, let's go. So I'm just saying, he led the team to the playoffs and he got injured. So I don't know.
I mean, you need to come on and explain yourself or something because we need some answers, sir. Because everything you're saying is what you're saying.
How does Matt Ryan, his shortcoming, he doesn't show that he's there during big games?
Didn't you just say this in all caps? I can keep going.
He is the most hit quarterback in this league. Kyler Murray can't get hit twice until he gets injured half the season.
Didn't you just say that? I can keep going.
4K.
Let's see.
All right. I'm putting my gloves back on. All right. I'm going to let y'all finish the show. I just, if I got to do this more often to kind of challenge some of these Matt Ryan, whatever you call them, what is it, stands, fans, whatever you call them. Bruh, if the fact that you don't know what, okay, all right, you guys, I bid you adieu. I'm done. I'm done.
To stick, if you look at the team that we have, our run defense is horrible, man. That's the reason why you know what I'm saying? People are so let down on Matt Ryan.
Yeah, we couldn't stop the run.
Matt Ryan's out there playing middle linebacker and missing all these tackles. Oh, it's not Deion Jones' fault at all, No, it's not. It's not Darren Hall's fault, Not Dante Fowler's fault. I don't see why we can't hate Dante Fowler more than we hate Matt Ryan. I hate Dante Fowler. He is horrible. No, Steven Means is horrible. Why can't we hate Steven Means?
Tyler Davison is a top 10 player in terms of our contract, in terms of who we pay.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. We look at the wrong things, guys. Matt Ryan's the least of the problem. If anything, we're not giving anything to Matt Ryan to succeed in. You gave him Mike Davis. Come on now. Mike Davis, TJ Sharp. I'm just saying.
Well,
he wants to get on.
Well, I guess it's the least I can do.
I'm just saying. You want to come in and talk about Matt Ryan? Let's go ahead and talk about Matt Ryan. I will agree with you on some
There you go.
points.
You got 10 minutes. All right. I don't want to keep this any longer than 2 hours.
Yeah. Because I actually got to go at 12.
And hey, I mean, the link's open for everyone too. So.
I'm done defending Matt Ryan. I said what I need to say. You go find, like I said, you go find me a rookie quarterback that can play behind Matt Hennessy and Caleb McGarry and have TJ Sharp as your starting wide receiver. I'll give you $1 million if he takes us to the playoffs.
You know, and heck, if you go back to some of my other shows, I've mentioned, dude, how do you get on? I just gave you the link.
Man, I don't even want you to come on. Well, here's an interesting take for you, Noah. Let's switch up. Let's switch up everything real quick.
Okay.
All right, so looking at Grady's Jared contract that's coming up right now, well, he has only 2 years left, and he eats up about $18 million of our cap space.
Okay.
Do you see Grady Jarrett in our future? Or does he test the free agency market?
What, this season? Or this offseason? Or after the contract is done?
Depending
on what?
On how this team is getting rebuilt.
Well, before we do that, say you. And let's add you.
Y'all?
All right, here we go. All right, let's listen to him. Let's go.
All right, we got about 9 minutes.
You got 9 minutes to spill.
What's going on? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah.
Yep. The floor is yours.
All right, state your case.
Y'all hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yeah,
you're good.
You're
good. Audio's good.
All right, look. First of all, I'm gonna go help. First of all, I appreciate everything y'all do.
Okay.
Are you in a boat or something? Where you at?
Oh,
Hello?
now I'm in my truck.
Okay.
But so look, it's a little bit of misunderstanding because I wasn't saying that Matt Ryan. I wasn't saying that Matt Ryan.
Okay.
You wasn't saying that, Matt Ryan?
Wasn't what? Matt Ryan wasn't what?
Hold on. So my thing is it got a lag in it, but I'm gonna just talk. So I wasn't saying that Matt Ryan was the issue in the Super Bowl. I said in the Super Bowl, coaching was more to blame for me because let me turn my mic, my volume down. That's probably what it is. But hold on, man.
You're good. You're all right. I've been hearing you just fine this entire time.
Yeah, you can keep on talking. We'll wait until you're done.
I don't really see any kind of static on your side either.
He on that truck Wi-Fi. You gotta unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Hang on.
All right. So y'all hear me?
There you go. Yep, you're good now.
All right, good. All right. So this the thing. I got a channel on my own. If anybody want to go back and look, I've been a Matt Ryan supporter. I've been one of the biggest Matt Ryan supporters. But this is
so
when
what were
I
you
decided
saying about the decade and a half?
that he's been our quarterback for a decade and a half and we ain't won. But everybody want to continue to critique everything else that's wrong with this team. But y'all don't want to go back
This is
and
what I
say,
say about
well,
that
Matt could
though.
have did this
Matt's
better. He
been here
could have
for a
did
year.
that better. He could have made a better decision here. He could have made a better pass here. Over all these years, we can all say the defense ain't been good enough. The offensive line ain't been good enough. The coaching has been wishy-washy. We can go back and say all these different aspects need something to change. We need to get better here. We need to get better pass rush. We need to get better secondary. We need to get better on the special team, whatever the case may be. But y'all refuse. The more I don't watch y'all, and like I said, I appreciate what y'all do because we don't have a whole lot of Atlanta platforms. So I appreciate what y'all do. But you will not, and you refuse to go back and criticize Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan could have been better than he was. Now, I get it. You got to have a protection in front of him. You got to have offensive line protection in front of him. The offensive line has been shaky ever since Matt Ryan came to the team, ever since he came out of Boston College. But with all the carousel that's going on around Matt Ryan, between coaching, offensive line, between defense not being good enough, all that stuff, it's been a decade and a half with Matt Ryan, and you all still think that we gonna win something with Matt Ryan?
Another dumbass comment. You did all that to say dumb
Tell me
shit.
how it's a dumbass comment. Where am I wrong at, for one? Where am I wrong when I say it's been a decade and a half and Matt Ryan ain't did nothing for this? Matt Ryan ain't won us a championship yet.
I didn't know.
Neither was Dan
won a
Marino.
championship before Matt Ryan. Nick Foles.
Neither was Dan Marino.
Hold on, what I said.
Dan
what did
Marino
Nick
had
Foles have that
like
Matt
one
Ryan
at a
didn't?
time. One at a time. I was.
Trey, you go
I
first.
was sleeping. I was about one
What
at
I
a
say
time.
about that?
Go ahead,
What did Nick Foles have before Matt Ryan ever did? What did Nick Foles have? Coaching, top tier. Defense, number 1 in the league. Offense, number 1 in the league. Special teams, top 5 in the league. The one time Matt Ryan had a top 5 defense, 2017, defense was inconsistent. Then I don't know what. And then you say the first and second year players have ranked 8th in the league the next year. Next 3 years, 2018, 19, and 20, 22, ranked defense 31st, 29th, 32nd.
You trying to tell me Nick Foles had a better offense than Matt Ryan the year he won the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying?
In 2017? Yeah, I'd say they have the better roster.
Let me say something.
The Eagles had a better offense than Matt Ryan in 2017 and 2016.
They put up 41 in the Super Bowl.
Are you kidding me? What do the numbers show that? What do the numbers show that Philadelphia had a better offense than the 2016 and 2017 Falcons offense?
Falcons offense
41 points
and
they put up in the Super Bowl.
please show me Philadelphia had a number 1 defense going into that Super Bowl that year. Please show me that. Philadelphia didn't come along until the mid part of the season.
But see, look, showed us the stats a couple weeks ago that stated the Eagles were number 1 in pass defense, 3rd in rush defense, and number 1 overall in total defense. In 2017, the Eagles' offense was scoring 34.3 points.
No. It's a fact.
That ain't for the whole season. You're talking about that ain't for the whole season. And regardless, did you think that the Philadelphia Eagles offense was better than ours that year?
Yes.
No. Don't say right now. Now after the fact that they done already won. When during that time, did you think that the Philadelphia Eagles offense was better than ours?
They was more.
They put 34 points in the championship game.
I'm not look. I ain't asking you for no stat number. Did you think at that time that their offense was better than ours?
Yes. Now answer this question for me though. Did they win the Super Bowl with that offense? Did we win the Super Bowl with our offense, or did they win the Super Bowl with our offense? With their offense.
Okay.
They put up high. They had a better rushing attack, more balanced passing attack, just a better overall team than we did.
So
Guess what?
what
They
was
won a
our
Super
excuse?
Bowl.
So
The
what
year
was our excuse?
our defense is
He's doing a
terrible.
lot of talking, but he's not answering questions. That's not
The defense was ranked 8th.
They were
What are you talking about?
They were inconsistent.
Man, what you giving me all these numbers, and you give me all these numbers, but then when I say what did you think, then you want to go back to numbers. But then when I say okay, well they was the 8th ranked defense, then you want to go into.
Wait a minute, we about to calm down though. We about to calm down. We about to calm down. We about to calm down. I understand, but we gonna get our point across with a little bit more calmer. So let's do this.
All right,
You want
Yeezy. You got something to say?
Down a little bit, but all I'm saying is this: you want to give us some numbers, but then when I ask you, okay, well, with your eye, with the eye test.
No. What we're going to do here? What we're going to do is act professional. Okay. You can't come here telling what you want to get across without actually answering questions. You have yet to answer a question.
What? Okay, what I didn't answer?
Right,
every question that came out. I mean, really?
Hold on. Let me
ask me the question. Ask what question I didn't answer.
So remember, 2017, we did not come in with Kyle Shanahan. Remember, we came in with Steve Sarkisian. That offense was inconsistent that year. You're asking me, let me see. You're asking me, did they have a better offense than we did in 2017?
That's the wrong year.
Yes,
I said 2017.
That's what he said.
Yes,
too.
they did. I just said that they had
2017 was the first year of Sarkisian.
In 2017, because we had Steve Sarkisian.
Let me say this straight.
Matt Ryan. I had this on the top of my mind. Matt Ryan had 21 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Carson Wentz and Nick Foles went off. Carson Wentz was about to win MVP before he went to before he got injured. Nick Foles came into the playoffs looking like an MVP. So yes, in my absolute mind, they had a better offense than we did in 2017.
Listen,
and the thing is, y'all, some people don't even look at the fact that Matt Ryan had a whole new offensive coordinator the year after he just went to the Super Bowl. It's new offensive coordinator on time, new offensive coordinator on time, new OC. This man has had, what, 5, 6 new offensive coordinators in his entire career? And the 1 year, the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl with a backup MVP, you saying Nick Foles, but that same coaching staff had been there for about a good 4 to 5 years. That exact same coaching staff. Exact same.
What would the excuse have been if they would have lost?
There is no excuse. They got beat fair and square just like we did.
Right. So
they got beat just like we did.
You honestly telling everybody right now that if the Eagles would have lost with Nick Foles, that the excuse wouldn't have been, oh, but he was their backup quarterback.
I mean,
you telling me that wouldn't have been an excuse?
Like a backup quarterback in the playoffs?
That's not an excuse. That's the absolute truth.
Okay, so now you proving my point. Did Matt Ryan look like an MVP going into the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Numbers.
Okay. Now.
No. Stop. Right here. Stop. He had better years. He had a better numbers than he had in the previous year. That is facts. That's not made up. Matt Ryan had better numbers in 17 than he had in 16.
Do numbers matter?
Absolutely,
how much do numbers matter if Nick Foles wasn't even a starter for the Eagles most of that season?
Can you score without numbers?
Is Tom Brady a Hall of Famer without numbers?
Tom Brady's the best quarterback to play the game.
Yeah.
So it helps him get that contract.
But he has numbers.
Listen.
Wait a minute. Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the game, but
what's the but?
Numbers don't matter.
Let's go there. Let's go there. How is Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady makes the best decisions in big time.
Tom Brady makes the best decision.
He's consistently made the best decisions in big time moments.
those
Am I wrong
decisions
about
lead
that?
to stats.
Wait, but hold on. But Matt Ryan, from what I looked at, Matt Ryan is tied with Tom Brady for all-time game-winning drives in his career.
No, we're not talking about game-winning drive. We're talking about big moments in big games.
Isn't game-winning drives big moments?
You want to eliminate stuff.
We talking about big moments in big games. That's what we're talking about. Now, that's a stat line that don't exist. Am I right or wrong?
That kind of is. It's like a postseason fourth quarter comebacks and fourth postseason game-winning drives. That is a stat that exists on Pro Football Reference.
Where he was leading it.
How many Super Bowls Tom Brady got?
How many Super Bowls did Tom Brady get from the effort of others?
No, Tom Brady doesn't have a Super Bowl.
Let me ask y'all this question though.
The Patriots have a Super Bowl. Okay, it's not the Tom Brady Patriots. It's called the New England Patriots. Tom Brady was a part of a team that won the Super Bowl. So let's get this straight.
So New England
every position that year.
Wait a minute. So it was never a narrative that Tom Brady didn't have options at receiver. That was never a narrative. When he went into Super Bowls and won them, was that never a narrative that he didn't have a receiving core that was the part? Never with a number one receiver, right?
Winning.
The years that they didn't have a number one receiving core, they had like the best defense in the league.
Okay, but you just said. Wait a minute.
For me, though.
You just said. Y'all just said it was a team effort, right?
Okay.
It's a team effort. Why Tom Brady got 6 championships, right?
Yeah, it's a team game.
It's a team game, right? Mm-hmm. So did Matt Ryan not have the 8th best ranked defense in 2017?
No, Matt Ryan didn't have.
Did he not have a top 5 ranked offense?
Hold on. Yeah, I mean, but you also got to understand that our defense got fatigued at some point.
Let me hold on. Everybody, stop. I want to bring up something. Okay, I want to bring up something recent.
Everybody's defense get fatigued, Maggie.
Stop. I want to bring up something that actually happened today, and the reason why you're missing the point because you choose to miss the point. What we're talking about here is a team game, all right? This is the reason why Buffalo and most of the people in the world who saw that game, upon looking at Buffalo, it's like, oh, we would have had another chance. Why? It's because the defense, the number 1 ranked defense in the entire league, failed to do their job. So it doesn't matter whether or not it will rank 8. Number 1, you still got to do your job at the end of the day. All right. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Matt Ryan never had a chance in the fourth quarter to actually come back. So what you're saying is we need to blame Matt Ryan for whatever. He doesn't get those chances. The defense blow. Hold up. The defenses blow leads. So how can we blame a guy that's not getting the chance to actually come back? Do you understand that?
No, okay.
My bad.
Let me this why I said earlier, this what a misunderstanding is. I'm not pointing a blame at just one man. It ain't just Matt Ryan's fault. Wait a minute. Y'all assuming that because you assuming that I'm putting all the blame on him because I'm criticizing him.
Can I say something, y'all? Can I? This is a moment for me because this person that want to put up that, she's over here talking about, it's people like you guys that give Maggie T the anger because you never want to take a female's comment seriously. I watch football because I like football, okay? And I can say that sometimes every player gets fucking fatigued out there. If they throw, Matt Ryan gets tired and frustrated too. So of course he's not going to be accurate all the time. He's looking at a 300-pound man coming his way. He got to get somebody in position over here. This person don't know where the fuck he's supposed to be. And you expect Matt Ryan to fire his receivers in that nanoseconds before he's on his back half the game. Can you tell me that? Let's get Matt Ryan an O-line that he can be able to prosper in. Let's get a defense that's not soft like baby tissue most of the time. free. It's an overall sport. And stop trying to belittle this female because she is African American and know what she's talking about. I'm sick of it. I see the slick comments all the time. Maggie haven't put her gloves off, but I'm ready down because I got all the time in the world. Y'all don't want to, y'all underestimate who the fuck I am. You finna get that right now. Not to you, but to these people. Oh, she over here talking about fatigue. This who don't the defense get tired if they on the field all the fucking time and Matt Ryan don't have an opportunity to prove himself? I'm done.
So that's what I get. That's where I get. That's where I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about because it really doesn't make a lot of sense when you say what you said. And the reason why we came on is we refuse to blame Matt Ryan for our. You said that. Don't. That's the reason why we came on. You said we refuse. We on this panel. You said AFN refuses to acknowledge Matt Ryan when he does things wrong, and I'm saying if the team was 2-7 in close games, and they have blown more games than he's actually had the opportunity. He doesn't have the opportunity late in games to actually win games. So how can we blame a guy that's not getting the opportunity to come back in games? You see how that works? You see, it doesn't make sense to blame a guy who's not actually getting the opportunity to come back.
It's like blaming Josh Allen for not winning that coin toss this Sunday.
Exactly.
Yo,
It makes no sense.
So
can you answer me?
Can I ask y'all this though? Would Tom Brady have won that NFC championship last year after throwing 3 straight interceptions in the red zone now, to come back from that game if his defense did not step up? Would he have won that game?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Which game you talking about? The sound was distorted.
NFC Championship 2020 versus the Packers. Tom Brady throws 3 straight interceptions, and quote unquote, he makes the best decisions out of any quarterback in clutch moments through 3 straight interceptions with 7 minutes on the clock in the fourth quarter, and his defense stepped up. His top 10 defense stepped up and got 3 straight stops.
Listen, man, if we could go back and pick out a moment when a quarterback, a player has made poor choices out of how many years? Out of how many seasons?
Oh my God.
Out of how many seasons? No, I get it. Y'all got each. No, I get it because y'all got each other back on the stream. I get it. Y'all got it.
No. That's what we don't do. We don't have each other back. Everybody got different opinions over here. I might say something they don't agree with.
Okay, that's fine. But this the thing. Tom Brady. First of all, I want to get off Tom Brady because that ain't what. This ain't what this about. But the thing is,
Tom Brady doesn't do well. You want to throw out the things when he doesn't do things well.
Okay.
He really threw 3 picks in a row. You said verbatim that Tom Brady always makes the right decision.
No, I said he consistently makes the best decisions in big moment games.
He nearly sold 3 straight games last year.
I mean, is that not a fact? Does he not make consistently the best decisions?
Does Aaron Rodgers not consistently make the best decisions?
Okay.
Can I talk? Go ahead.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've been here for a while. Hey, Mike. First of all, I appreciate.
Man, I ain't got time for you. I ain't got time for you today. I don't. I really don't.
What you gotta say? Because we about to end this. We going a little too long.
Yeah.
We got a morning show in the morning. So what you gotta say? Then we're gonna go ahead and just close this up because we finna go 2.5 hours. So go ahead. The call is easy and let's make it make sense.
Okay. When you're looking at it, like for the most part, since Matt Ryan got drafted, this team has a championship window for the most part, right?
Hold I'm reading. I forgot.
Continue.
Yeah. Then what went wrong? We had championship window since Matt Ryan got drafted, right?
Up and down, up and down. Some years, some not. Some
But
good.
I think they made the playoff every year from 2008 to 2017, except for
2012.
13 and 14, right?
Man,
It was
15.
13, 14, and 15. We didn't make it.
We didn't go every year.
Yeah,
We didn't even
but
go in 2009,
like, yeah,
actually.
they go like, yeah. But from like where Matt Ryan got drafted to 2012, we had a championship window, a big one, right?
Okay.
No, that's not right.
That's not right.
No, that's not right.
Not
From
every year.
2008, I said 2008 to 2012.
They went 2008, 10, 12, I think 13, and then
Not
they took
13.
like a little 2-3 year break off of playoffs.
Yeah, but from 2008 to 2012, they had the championship window and a big one, right?
I mean, they're a
A
better team.
little bit.
So
Yeah, they got the number one seed in the NFC in 2010, 2012, number one seed.
Okay.
Continue with your point then.
What are you
Okay.
trying to get to?
And in 2016, we played in the Super Bowl. 2017, we made the playoff. Okay, what went wrong?
What went wrong? Coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Yeah, exactly. This guy is blaming it on Matt Ryan.
Coaching.
Yeah, coaching. Yeah, why?
Oh, yeah. So I see where you're going with this. You're basically saying what went wrong, and you're pointing the finger at one guy instead of a team. We always talk about this. This is what we be talking about with y'all clowns. And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done with the bullshit. This shit is clown shit. You can't.
Hey, I'm not blaming Matt Ryan, man. I'm blaming the coaching, the decision making.
I'm done with the mess. Look, what we're talking about, AFN, we are, and what we are a team, but everybody have their own personal opinion. And like Buffalo lost because a part of their team didn't do their job. Whether you like it or not, 2012, 2016, 2018, 17, 18, a part of our team didn't do their work. Didn't do their job. So whether it's Matt Ryan at times, whether it's the running game, whether it's the defense, the coaching staff, somebody didn't do their job. So to say in a team sport that the common denominator, because he's been here for 14 years, is Matt Ryan, you can say the same thing for Tom Brady when they don't lose, but when they lose. So does anybody point the finger and say, okay, Tom Brady, you lost in this year, that year, it's your fault? No, they don't. They give Brady all the credit when they lose, when they win, but when they lose, it's all right. The defense wasn't good enough. The offense wasn't good enough.
Can I say my piece real quick? Can I say my piece real quick since I'm not on here?
Let's try to make it quick, please.
All right. So I'm not trying to put all the blame on one person. All I want is that for every piece of criticism that the defense get, for every ounce of criticism that coaching gets, or any other player gets, Matt Ryan.
Because the reason why you can't
hold on, why you cutting me off though?
Because what you're essentially stating is what you're trying
what you
to
assuming.
do.
You saying essentially. I'm not essentially saying anything. I'm literally saying that
saying
not
what you
one person is to blame, and I haven't blamed just Matt Ryan, but he has been the common denominator in our shortcomings.
Exactly what you was gonna say. You want the common denominator gone. So stop the bullshit and just say it.
No, okay. I ain't never said it that I didn't want him gone.
Shawty, you don't have to get off the screen. You messing up the flow. Okay. Sorry about that.
I was getting too staticky.
So we're going to cut in a minute anyway. Go ahead and finish what you got to say.
No, I was just saying, I'm not trying to put all the blame on one guy. I'm not essentially saying anything. But if there are such things as common denominators in problems, and he has been a common denominator, you can't just blame. You can't blame.
That's all right, guys. I apologize.
You can't blame every other aspect, and then don't criticize Matt Ryan like he's not a problem. Like he hasn't had issues.
Hey,
He's had issues. He's missed throws. He's made poor decisions.
What quarterback hasn't missed throws or made poor? Aaron Rodgers just
Almost
literally
4,000
missed
yards
like
this
10
season.
straight
That's
throws.
fine. Look, it's plenty. Aaron Rodgers should have.
He don't want to. He don't give a fuck. He just want Matt Ryan gone. Let's just call a spade.
Listen, sir. I don't want just. I've been a Matt Ryan supporter over the years. I got to the point.
This 1,000 times before. But it's the truth.
It's not a
just
but.
Call it
Listen, if I want them gone, that's because I think the team need to go in a different direction now. What's wrong with that?
And why won't you say that, though? That's what we're asking you to do. Just be upfront and say you don't think that Matt Ryan fits this team. In your opinion, you don't think he is the man that's going to get the job done. Bottom line.
Ain't that what I've been saying?
Let me ask you this question. What was the if we had 40 years, all right, 40 years prior to Matt Ryan where nothing got done, was the common denominator the franchise or was it just one particular person?
That's irrelevant because it doesn't matter because that's not what the subject is on. The subject is on.
The subject at hand is we have not won a Super Bowl.
Period. Under Matt Ryan. Not just 40 years ago, but since Matt Ryan been here, we ain't won a championship.
Did Michael Vick win a championship?
There they go.
Did Michael Vick? No, because that's where most of this is coming from. Y'all got babied with Michael Vick making all of these plays, all of these throws, all of these little fancy juke moves and all of that. But did Michael Vick ever make it to the NFC Championship? Did he
you responding to somebody in the chat because I never brought up Michael Vick.
Answer the question. Did he ever make it to the NFC Championship?
I never brought up Michael Vick. That's an irrelevant question for me because I never mentioned him.
That's where most of it comes from, y'all.
Who is y'all? Not one time on here did I mention Michael Vick's name.
It's not about Michael Vick. It's relevant to what you're saying.
Who do you want at quarterback?
I wanted Justin Fields out this last draft. I would have went with Justin Fields or Trey Lance in this draft. That's what I would have did.
That's it. I knew it.
I would have had one of them sit behind.
They want a reversion of Mike Vick.
They
want a reversion of Mike Vick.
I'm about to get off.
Oh, bro.
Take care, DJ.
That's from Justin Fields.
There's like 5 Matt Ryan.
Justin Fields was one of the best options in the draft last year at quarterback.
What did Justin Fields do this year when he started?
He was one of the best options at quarterback in the draft last year. Was he or was he not?
When he started?
I'm done now. I got nothing else to say. I already. That's all I need to know right there.
I just want to hear that.
Wait a minute. So Justin Fields wasn't a top prospect at quarterback in the draft?
No, because he wasn't top. He wasn't taking top. So how can you say he's a top prospect? He's a part of a prospect.
Leading into that draft, he wasn't a top prospect at quarterback.
He was a top prospect that the 49ers took him.
This is all I'll say before we get off. What did Justin Fields do this year? Trevor Lawrence and Trey Lance, and what did Mac Jones do this year?
They all rookies. It's growing pains.
But what did Mac Jones not just?
It's growing pains.
Did Mac Jones not just take his team to the playoffs?
If we talking about the future of your franchise, now Matt Ryan has been with us for a long time.
Okay.
And we haven't gotten to that brass ring. We haven't gotten that brass ring.
We haven't gotten to that brass.
It's time to move on.
He hasn't taken it to the Super Bowl. He hasn't taken it to the Super Bowl.
He took him to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Okay.
But that's the reason why I wanted to come on, because that's what the conversation in the chat was about. The conversation in the chat was about how I said I didn't put the blame totally on Matt Ryan. for the Super Bowl collapse. That was mostly coaching for me. I just felt like when you see that you don't have the personnel that you usually have on a play, and you in a hurry up offense, it's the quarterback's job to make decisions at moments like that, especially in big games. You know that Matt Ryan knew that Devontae Freeman is not usually in on that play. That's a Tevin Coleman play.
It's not
a pass blocker.
That's actually not true.
Now the coaching should have had seen that, and they should have either called a timeout or told Matt Ryan to audit about that play, because he missed that block and he got set and got put out of field goal range. And if a field goal would have put us up 2 possessions, and then we ain't even worried about overtime or two point conversions being made.
Did you watch the Super Bowl and that sack? We didn't get out of field goal range. We was already out of field goal range. That was a strip sack.
We got sacked. We got put out of field goal range when Devontae Freeman missed that sack. When Devontae Freeman missed that block.
It was a holding call.
All right, this is getting too long.
All right, hey, he got to go to bed. Noah been up all day long. Let's give him time to rest.
Wait. I need everybody's energy to be on my morning show then. Since y'all got so much energy at night, I need everybody 9 a.m. Eastern time on my show with this very same energy. Let's talk about it. I'm ready.
I love y'all, man. Hey, listen, I love y'all. Look, don't get me. I ain't never criticized y'all show. This is one of the best. Y'all one of the best things that happen to our fan base, because we don't have enough platforms like this for Atlanta sports, period.
Correct.
So I appreciate everything y'all do, even though I don't like a lot of y'all opinions, but that's okay. That because I can be a fan. I can be a fan, and I can still be supportive and still support y'all.
We gonna get you a Matt Ryan jersey at that.
Beautiful moment, Mike. Beautiful moment. This is where African Americans and a mixed genre of kinds of nationalities can get along and say, I don't like Matt Ryan. I don't think he's the right fit. But why isn't he a right fit? We're gonna give you that opportunity. So we're gonna stop interrupting each other, and we're gonna let people speak and say it. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Y'all don't understand. We have a beautiful thing right now. You know, this is what's happening. AFN is getting out there. It's people starting to recognize AFN and throw us sponsorships because of this very thing. So y'all just got to respect the fact that we are for Matt Ryan at the moment. For the 2 years that we're going to have him, we got to deal with it. Now, Terry Fontenot might come in there and surprise our ass because he is he's that cap god. But let's be realistic here. What can we do realistically with Matt Ryan? Not a lot, a whole bunch of nothing until 2 years later. So it's either
we can't move him.
No,
we can't move him right now.
We cannot. No more.
Or the main thing to do to get cap space this year is extend him too. Also,
Justin Field last year, and you say you won't move him. So what you want, man?
No, see, you asked me what I wanted at quarterback, and I told you what I wanted. I answered your question.
Yeah, but you just say you cannot move Matt Ryan right now. Like, what you want?
Because you can't move him right now. That don't mean you couldn't have drafted.
But you wanted Justin Field last year, right?
Well, remember, we didn't have the cap space to take a quarterback that high.
Available, and we didn't think that Justin Fields was that best player available.
He's not the best.
Right. They decided that Pitts was the best option.
Was the safest.
His QBR is 74%.
League. We are not the Dumbledore league that we go for value village players. No, we're going for the best. And Kyle Pitts was the best.
He got 1,000 yards in his rookie season.
The best rookie tight end since Mike Ditka all the way back in 1966.
You do not want to pick the best player available.
The next person
I like Pitts.
He's going to be the best pick they feel was available. Because guess what? When you throw in big guys like that can protect, that can do shit without a team and carrying it by themselves, imagine filling the roster up with men like that, and Arthur Smith coming in and making sure that Cordell Patterson is versatile. Russell Gage, versatile. That way they can go get fucking set like Matt Ryan is trying to teach these damn players. Get in position and know where the hell you're supposed to go. So that's competitive.
It was too much of that this season. It was too much inaccurate stuff on the offense this season.
and yours
Yeah,
truly
Ryan
had to
is the
put all that
GOAT.
together.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
at the end
A
of the day,
decade and a half later.
Somebody want to hop on the live. Look, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta
Yeah,
go.
we gotta go, man. Hey,
I'll leave
no,
at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all want to finish this dialogue, I want all this energy on Miss Maggie T's morning show. I'll be looking for y'all, and y'all have all the energy for Mike's show, for Noah's show, but Miss Maggie get 8 views.
yeah, come on, man. Go on, Miss Maggie.
No,
Please invite me. Please invite me. I'm a truck driver, so my schedule be all over the place. But please invite me. I appreciate y'all letting me on to say my piece. I appreciate that.
Okay, I appreciate you at least acknowledging. You know, you're the first fan actually that came on here and said what you had to say, sat back and listened, and said, "Okay." We don't get that too often. There's a lot of people that come in here and bash Matt Ryan and just, we don't like your channel because of that. Ali, we're gonna have to catch you in the morning, boo. Okay, I get you. But we're going on 2 hours and 30 minutes. People got to get some sleep.
Yeah.
I wanted to end it 30 minutes ago.
The Super Bowl. We got draft coming up. Kyle Hamilton and pick number 8.
What time's your show?
Dante Fowler, you can go. Steven Williams, you can go. Mike Davis, you can go too as well. All right, but yeah, yo.
Hey, no. Noah, he's about to close the show out.
So, hey guys, I was trying to get the S&T at the bottom of the screen. If you want your time to talk, again, let's try to get another opportunity for you. It's not going to be now because we got to close out the stream.
We appreciate you, bro.
So
go ahead. No, let's close it.
Let's take care of this. I appreciate you guys. I got to get to rest because I am super tired. All right, so take care and see you next time.